DeMarco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
It's going to be a long day today. First day, Happy Ash Wednesday for all you people that celebrate. But this is what I want to say. If you've got friends, make sure they're doing okay. I think some of us sometimes don't think, you don't see somebody in a while and you don't hear from somebody in a while and you just don't think a lot about it. And like sometimes, especially with layoffs that are occurring across multiple sectors and everything else, you don't have to be too personal, but just like if you haven't heard from somebody in a while that you normally hear from regularly, just make sure you reach out to them, all right? Like do that.
Check in.
Yeah, check in. And if it just so happens that maybe they're nervous about losing their job, maybe buy them an ice cream cone or something, or just, something like that. Do what you can. Just like it was the pandemic again, but like, nah, you know what I mean? So just do that. I think sometimes we get all caught up in us having a great life. I mean, I have the greatest life of all time, so I'm always caught up with how great my life is. But yeah, maybe just do that. Oh yeah, Pete. But besides that, I'm ready to go.
All right, cool.
Hey, we got a banger of a show. We got some mashes too.
I don't
We're like gonna, that. For those people that don't know, Pete did a little whatnot thingy. Turned out pretty good. We can keep the lights on Rennavision for another couple months, which is good.
Yeah, always good.
Yeah. But it was very interesting because I was getting the play-by-play. Obviously, I didn't watch it or whatever. And I said, hey, why don't we just look back on these in like almost a week?
Yeah, now because people actually asked for it. When I did the show, like the preview show, they asked like, well, what's the answer? I was like, well, I can't tell you because I didn't open them up or we didn't do it yet. But now we can.
Now we know. So we're going to come with a little bit of that data. Also, too, I know we're a little bit late on the Doom leaks, but obviously Under the Radar is going to take you through a couple of those. We do have an interesting week in comics. Thank you, Dee, for saying that. We'll talk to you in the chat about it in a little bit. And we have a very divided community on Daredevil, from what I understand.
Really?
I don't think people understood what they should. I feel like some people were just throwing out floaters because they don't know how, which is sad that this is what this comes to. People don't know how to react to it. I'll give my theory later, but I think some people just float out stuff like, oh yeah, same old Marvel, or oh wow, that's the greatest thing ever because it's a Netflix thing. Not actually like no content or like, no actual, well, what did you like? What did you dislike? And to be honest with you, I mean, I think we'll cover it, but I think there's stuff to like and there's stuff not to like about it. And we'll cover that for you too. So aren't we? We're going to cover it. We're obviously
yeah. We'll have it when we get to reviews.
So that's what we've got this week. Also, please do check out last week. I don't even know what day it was. Sunday. Go over and check out Kingdom of Nerds. He had his greatest show ever of all time that day. Just greatest of all time. So please check that out. And then
I wonder why that is.
Then set your little clocks for the 14th of this month. And Cliff is he's every day calling me, Cliff on Comics. So make sure you guys are subscribed with it. He's every day calling me and he's saying, hey, listen, you bum. You're going to have to actually show books. And then he sent me a tutorial on how to show comic books on the internet. So,
but to be fair, you actually do need that tutorial.
Probably do. I'm not
you're just waving around.
Well, okay. We also know that I have an issue.
Seconds, like you think we're in the room with you. Like we got the camera.
I'm not good at doing it because I don't like doing it. So he's cornered me, and I will be showing at least. I think I haven't figured it out yet. I think it's 6 or 7 books.
He had very simple rules for you. Like I watched some of that, and it was, bitch, just play along.
yeah. I love him, dude. He's great, dude. I had to talk to him.
I'm going on there Saturday.
Oh, nice. So then watch on Saturday. Yeah, good.
Coffee. Gonna have coffee.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way I can do a Saturday morning. It's too much stuff in Saturday morning.
Yeah, I got to squeeze it in right before my son's play, but we should be good. Play's not, I think, till 1. Okay. So
yeah, make sure you're supporting our friends' networks too. Like, make sure you're Kingdom of Nerds. Make sure Cliff's on.
Yeah, I think both links should still be down below.
Be down there.
In the thing of the show.
I met a very nice guy on that show too. We might have him kind of. I just reach out to him. Some guy named Brian too. Maybe we'll have him on here one day also and see what we got. We have a bunch of stuff planned for tax, so hopefully we get a lot of good stuff. Let's say hi, chat. Speaking of you people that we love, thumbs up and hi. Thumbs up. Thank you, GTK Comics. Tommy Longbox. Tack, tack, tack. I like it. Sorry, let me do it again. Tack, tack, tack. All right, I like it. I like
the
it.
whole thing.
Marco has 30 minutes to warm up the bus. Oh my God, this guy Cliff, and the stuff that comes out of his mouth would make his mom blush. I swear to God, this stuff. I'm not going to explain to what I said. I think on Sunday night that it's Lent, so the profanity is going to reduce itself. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? Who's doing that?
Wasn't me.
All right. Well, that's wild. Thank you, StreamYard. But yeah, whatever that is, I guess you could go watch it over there. He's got some very interesting words. D, good comics week. That may be debatable. However, High Street probably the most on point. I will tell you, if you're saying Independence might have had the best week this week.
Well, we'll see. We'll get there.
What's that? What show was that best week ever? Wasn't that a show or something? Wasn't there a segment somewhere?
There was a show called something like that.
It was a show, and then it had the best week ever or something to that effect. I think on Comedy Central, maybe on Jon Stewart. I don't know. Anyways,
VH1,
huh?
VH1 had it.
That sounds about right.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Barlord, hey fellas, hey. Small week for me. My tab was just $50, and that's what $20 incentive. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it was with me too. Barlord, I'll be honest with it. Like if it wasn't for a couple independents this week, Pete actually chose the list this week, excluding Batgirl, which I should have put back on it, but I didn't.
I'm liking it anyway. So I mean, let's just put it on here to say it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Even though we did do that with a couple books here anyway.
Well, but I mean, this was an independent and light week for me at the LCS this week. Just out
you
of
didn't get all the X-Manhunt books.
Oh, speaking of them, there you go. Cliff on Comics. Make sure you guys sub to him over there. Cliff's a good guy. And speaking of Kingdom of Nerds, there we go. Hello, everyone. Kingdom of Nerds. Hey, guys. Hey, I'm going to say Sereth again, and I know every time I say it, I screw his name up. He went back to his old thing. He had a picture there for a while. He changed it. Hey, guys. Hope your night is good. Dude, I love this guy. He has got to be one of the best guys in comics. I got to come see him one time because he's always generally so nice. Hope your night is good and hope you killed it on Whatnot, Pete. See, look, and he means it. This guy really seriously means it. He I know because I've talked to him before. Like he legit ass means it. So thank you for that. Wine slushies for everyone. I don't know what that is.
That's when you were saying to buy people an ice cream cone.
Oh, or a wine slushie. Sure. Okay.
Or a wine slushie.
Hi, Artrell. Hey, everybody. Hey, Artrell. Good to see you too. He's also really good. It's a Monday. It's not just glad it's not Monday. Okay. Cliff, he really does. Who really does?
Figure out what Artrell's picture is. It looks familiar, but I can't.
We did this before, didn't we?
Milestone.
He'll tell us.
You gotta tell us in the chat because I can't figure it out.
This guy. What are they joking around there? Just glad to see it's not a Monday. This guy, Pete knows how to take directions. Oh, I think Cliff is criticizing my. Yeah. Well, Cliff. I mean, let's just say, Cliff. I mean, to speak to your point, you are. I mean, a lot of enthusiasm there, Cliff, but also like sometimes just so much of the flamboyancy that like it does get distracting from the point you're trying to make.
It's just using these. Sometimes you just got to listen.
Yeah,
Comics Corner.
I'm not even coming on the show, and I know what your homework is. Bring one book, like that's a book of the week. Bring 5 books that have a theme. I mean, it's not
right. But see, this is the problem. I don't think people understand how well crafted, and that's not. I mean, that really is a thing. TAC is like it's very. Like it's a very straight line, organized. We're going to do X, Y, Z. We're going to cut these. We're going to do this, that. Just saying, hey,
it takes a lot of work to make my hair look this disheveled.
Yeah,
actually is a lot of work.
That's exactly it. Does it takes a lot of work? Where Cliff is like, yeah, just bring some. Well, what do you want? Graded books? What do you want? Well, any theme. Well, I mean, like, how close do you want the theme to be? That's how because that's what we do behind the scenes here at this show, and that's what we do on Dark Side. And like when you got somebody just like, hey, What, Dub, if you could play it, and when you have somebody, just say,
Bitch, just play along.
yeah, if you have something like that, it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. So, all right. Hey, good to see Comics Corner there. Hey, everyone. Hey, Comics Corner. Show is classic. What are they talking about? I don't know.
Probably the
show that you were on. That
yeah,
you were referencing everybody go and watch.
It is. It's a very. It is. It's as they say it, as they used to say on ESPN. It's an instant classic, and then it'd be on ESPN Classic. By the way, the game of the century they show all the time. That's Notre Dame versus Michigan State, just in case anybody was ever asking, even though everybody knows it, so nobody ever asks. Grumpy G, evening all. Good evening, Grumpy G. Yes, Brian LCS, nice guy. We gotta have him on. My mom has watched. My mom has blushed. Oh yes, sure. Okay. It's a patrol. It's a light week for books. Yeah, it is a good week though. I mean, for some, it's a good week. I mean, listen, if you've not heard our rant on DC, if you're reading Batgirl and you're reading Green Lanterns at this point, you're doing good. Everything else there sucks. And this week had Batgirl, so it was good.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, if you got to think that hard, if it's a good book, it's not.
I haven't been keeping I only dipped a toe in the Green.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, of course, you can always throw the Constantine book in there, kind of. But I'm saying, in general, for a general audience, kind of the stuff we cover or whatever. I mean, in general, Cliff's energy is very high. I need a nap after watching him. Nothing, but dude, you always need a nap though, Ed. Dude. Spawn, Daredevil. Do we think? Oh, Daredevil, what do we think so far? Yeah, Spawn 69. We're gonna hit that, man. I really, it's good. I really want to talk about it. It is Icon from Milestones. By the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't make out the icon, the logo.
Apparently you're a true viewer. Very good. Well, no, I mean, we do appreciate everything. I mean, I know you've reached out to us all personally too, so we really appreciate you, sir. We really do.
Yeah. I love the little things he sends me.
Yeah. What's up, my dudes? Black Spiders, good to see you. Everyone in the chat also, he'd like to tell you hi. Okay, cool. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's why don't we do some news?
Do the news. All right.
The news.
All right, well, here we go. Let's talk about some news this week. There's a lot. I feel like I was telling you guys earlier, I feel like there's been a lot of news this week. Nothing huge, but a lot of things. You can go ahead and
tidbits.
Yeah.
Unless you bought all the covers, Cosmic One, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah. So one of the big things that happened earlier this week was Gene Hackman and his wife.
I have so many questions.
Were discovered at their house, and they were passed away. I guess they went for a wellness check. Somebody, asked for them to get a wellness check, and then they were both, deceased. I didn't read too much into the details. I know there's been some details since the initial findings of them. He was 95 years old. But him and his wife were both discovered in that house.
So
and
here's what
their dog.
I did another one. You go ahead, Pete.
Oh no, I was just saying one of the dogs. I want you to hear I want you to go, Marco, because I got questions.
Oh, a dog too? I do too. So I pulled another one, Dub. As people, I once time joked, not knowing that I went back to my hotel room to go to the bathroom because it smelled like somebody died at a con bathroom, where I really just went to take a nap because I had a hangover. And I told that joke on the con floor for about 2 hours before somebody finally goes, "Too soon, bro, too soon." It's because somebody passed away in the bathroom. Yes, I had no clue that happened. Yes, I did it again. I was changing around like the dividend thing to reinvest. It's just something you gotta do. And my wife had said, and I wasn't paying attention, "Oh, Gene Hackman died." And I said, like I normally do with everybody, "Isn't he 100 years old?" And then she's like, "My man." And I was like, "What?" He's old as hell. And she goes, my man, not just him, his wife, and like some. I was like, well, I mean, could you? But this is in my defense. If we're gonna do this from now on, let's just start off. Hey, did you hear? There's some weird things going on with Gene Hackman's death. Did you hear he died? That's how I think sentences should start be started. Hey, by the way, good to see you back. You probably missed it, but somebody passed away in the bathroom. I'm not taking the blame for this type of stuff is all I'm saying. I think there's a way people need to start handling these things. Plus,
so
we know
what you're saying is that everybody that's telling you something needs to adjust the way they speak and the way they have conversations so you don't react in the incorrect way.
No. What I'm saying is, if something major happens,
well, yeah, let me defend you for a second. You're usually left on an island. I will actually I understand where you're coming from at this point. Because say you were at a convention and somebody did pass away in the bathroom, and then Marco returns. How is that not the first thing you tell somebody? Like, yo, dude, somebody fucking died in the bathroom. Like, that's news. Like, how's that not the first thing you're saying to them?
Well, better yet, when you go, hey, haven't seen you in an hour or two, and I'm like, yeah, I just because like, hey, my man, is that supposed to be a joke? Like, first off, just tell me it's not a good joke. Like, but what you don't do is like, you don't let me go around the whole con. Same thing with this one. Like,
let you go around the whole con.
No, I'm just.
Yeah, what I'm saying, right away.
No, hold on. Now, see, this is where they're gonna get me because I see what Cosmic One's doing here. He's roping me in, and I'm gonna say this: hey, people die all the time. Like literally, they die all the time. So, like, oh, somebody passed away. Okay, yes, all right, that sucks. Yeah, but like something like this. This is like, yo, there's like this whole wild thing going on right now with Gene Hackman's death. Did you know he died? That's how that should come out. You don't like if it's like, hey, who's old as balls right now? If you're like Jack Nicholson died. Or Nicholas. Who's the actor? Nicholson? Right, yeah. Jack Nicholson died.
Is the actor.
Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, cocaine and like cocaine hookers and partying and yeah, old as hell. No big deal. But if you're like, hey, did you hear about Nicholson flying out of a building that causes death? I'm gonna be like, yo, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? Like two different things. Like, yeah, I expect that dude to die. Like, yeah, Gene Hackman's 95. Like, you expect him eventually to die. Like, you got to get some pretext here, my friend. It's all I'm asking for on those situations.
The point of the story isn't just the passing; it's the strange circumstances around.
That is not what I said.
That's what the story is.
How can you comment, but you can't come on? By the way, yeah, we have to. Where are you? Okay. Once again, thank you. Yes, if it's somebody like. If you're like, yo, like when our friend Mike passed away, I didn't say too old, dude. I was like, what happened, man? Like, oh my God, young, whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, you can't keep telling me old people are passing away. And it's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do when you're old, right?
But that's, again, not the point of this story, though.
I get it. So what happened here? There's a dog now?
It was Gene Hackman, his wife, and one of their dogs was found dead on February 26th. Like, that's what I know. I know there's been like it was ruled a suspicious passing.
He should die too.
But I didn't go any deeper. I wasn't.
May I ask you a question? Pete probably knows this because Pete loves this stuff. He loves like People magazine and stuff like that.
No. Well, used to.
Yeah. Okay.
Not right now.
So, do I have the understanding that his wife is very young compared to him?
Well, yeah, she was in her 60s.
Just like younger 60s or
he's 95. 60s. She's
hold on though. Younger 60s or older 60s?
Like I think 65, 66, like right in the mid.
So just right in the middle. All right.
But
did we test the dog to see if it was an AI dog?
Well, no, the dog was stuck in a kennel. So the dog was locked up in a kennel, but the other dogs were roaming free, like on the property. And the front door apparently was wide open. He was in the mudroom. She was found in the bathroom. There was mention of some pills. Don't know what they were. No suspected foul play. They mentioned mummification.
Like at 95, his Schwang dong probably not working. Probably boner pills.
No, she was with the pills. Well, he was in the mudroom.
Oh.
So they weren't even in the same place.
I thought I heard carbon monoxide or something. No?
That was a theory, but again, they were found with the door wide open.
Yeah, but then the dogs could open the door. I didn't know about the dog situation.
I think there's a doggy door probably for the back. But yeah, the one dog, since it was stuck in the kennel.
No. Rich people don't have doggy doors. Because like weirdos will come in and climb through. Haven't you ever seen a person climb? I would never have a doggy door.
I think they had a whole like thing, like a whole probably setup. They had like
so Joe's on it. Saggy, the dude just died, man.
Oh. I didn't know about this either.
Yeah, I just did the other day. Sent me a thing the other day. Yeah.
I literally just talked about him 2 days ago and told a story about how awesome it was when the first time I met George Lowe, he recorded a voicemail for my buddy's phone at the time, and he had never done that before. He did it for my buddy, and then like literally the next day he had a sign charging people for voicemails.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was like he gave him that idea, and it was great. My buddy had that voicemail for like years, that same one, till he had to finally switch his phone. But it was like the coolest thing ever that George Lowe recorded his message.
Oh, the dog died of starvation.
But that's that would make sense for the poor dog. I think the question is
scorpion sting. Okay.
I don't know. Again, don't want to read into anything. Don't want to.
Did he get poisoning from kryptonite?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
We don't know yet.
He might still have had some on him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy was funny. I'll give him that. I liked a lot of the stuff he was in.
Me too. He was in a lot of, besides being Lex Luthor, I thought the Royal Tenenbaums was pretty fantastic. He was in Unforgiven.
Yeah.
And by the way, he also, I don't remember being super old in movies. You know what I mean?
I mean, he stopped doing stuff a while ago. Like the Royal Tenenbaums, I think, was his last movie. And that was the early 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. He's not pulling like, I mean, I saw
he's not
DeVito or Nicholson, or as somebody put up Eastman. Dude, I saw Clint Eastwood. That dude looks like Skeletor. That dude should have played Skeletor because he looks like death. Like, yo, bro, like, what are you don't have enough money? And by the way, like, why are you in your own I bet you that dude shoots, I bet you that dude shoots a lot of home pornos. I bet you he does. I bet you he does. Clint Eastwood. I bet you he does.
How did that even?
Because why are you always in your own shit? Oh, excuse my language. Dang it, see, Dub, why'd you gotta do that? All right.
Yeah, Dub.
You ain't talking like that. All right, let's go. Next one.
All right, let's get over to the box office.
All right, so the box office report. Any guesses on what the number one movie was this week? Marco, did you go to the movies?
No, brother.
No.
I'm thinking still Cap, maybe? I don't think anything new yet. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, no, nothing yet. This weekend, Mickey 17's coming out. I do kind of want to see that.
Yeah, probably Cap again. No, it was Dogman, I bet. I bet you Dogman jumped back above.
That would be nice if it did. However,
Mikey 17?
It was Cap. Number one. It was the weakest weekend in movies so far. So I left last week's numbers up there so you can take a look. Cap was at 28. Dogman was at 5.9. Okay. And if you want to click it, Pete, you can see what happened this week. And now 14.9 million.
Well, here's the thing too. The northern mid. Why can we just call ourselves the Great Lakes states from now on?
You call yourself whatever you like.
Not the Midwest anymore. I'm done with that. From now on, I'm referring to ourselves, Illinois, that dump of a state, Indiana, and that toilet bowl, Ohio. From now on, we won't be called the Rust Belt anymore. We won't be called the Midwest. We will be called the Great Lakes states. Okay? You can do Pennsylvania if you like. So in the Great Lakes states, even though it's still very icy outside so that you can go out on the lakes, it also has been about 40 degrees, which a lot of people were out running around. So I can see how there could be a big drop off.
A lot of other people were watching John Cena this weekend or the Oscars.
And his name Oh, who didn't see him do a heel turn?
Well, we could talk about that, but you know what?
We're not going
to.
to.
Really want to know what's going on in wrestling tomorrow or Thursday night. On
go check out Absolute Geek. Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, they're doing a great breakdown. We had predictions for last week, for last week's paper or premium live event. Sorry, but check out tomorrow night at 9:00 on the Absolute Geek channel, and you can hear all about the wrestling.
Sticks, we'll take you guys from New York too. We'll redo the Great Lakes states. We'll take you too. We'll also take Windsor. Just kidding.
We got a spoiler alert here. Do you want me to run?
Spoiler alert! Right off the bat.
What?
It's old news. Yes. It's old news. Everybody's been talking about it. Some people don't want to. Just in case, we don't even know if they're real. There's been like lots of reporting about it. This happened like the day, I don't know, over the weekend. I don't know what day it was, but maybe Saturday morning. But it was all the leaks from the Marvel upcoming MCU, possibly storyboards, possibly AI generated.
So we're giving you fair warning, and I do.
This is here too. This is that there too. That was something there too.
All right, this is gonna be a little long, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Spoiler!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
Warning!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! Oh my God!
Yeah, spoiler alert!
It's Wednesday. I'm not quite sure it's a spoiler anymore.
There's people that don't want to know, that don't want to hear it, so I just want to make sure. So we're just gonna look at the pretty pictures. We're gonna go.
When did the Fantastic Four one come out?
That was in there. That was one of the ones I saw.
Oh, was it?
It was multiple FF ones. And the thing with that one is it had a little baby in there, which has not been in the trailers.
Yeah. In his little Grogu machine.
Right? Yeah, this is 100% AI, dude. This is I don't believe any of this. Now I don't even believe it even more.
And then the Village of Hulks on in the one. Which
they're saying now too that could be
that's just Shrek 5.
Where Doom's from.
It's just Shrek 5 leaks. That's all that.
Yeah, that could be Lytheria because there's a lady with female Shrek in the background. You're right. I didn't look at this thing hard enough. I just glanced through this shit and was like, oh, you're right. Look, there's the Pied Piper over there. There's Santa Claus looking at a Hulk. What in God's name? I'll be honest with you. I'd watch whatever that Hulk thing is. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I'd watch it.
I'd watch it.
I don't know what that shit is. What that thing is.
Hulks, the Shire of Hulks. I don't know what it is.
I'm watching it.
It looks good.
House of Hulks? House of
Hulks?
Whatever. I'm watching it. I'm on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm watching Fantastic Four like that right now, but
I'm going to watch it either way. So.
What happened? Why does Mr. Fantastic wearing glasses with a nose attached to it?
I think
doesn't that look like he's got a fake nose on top of his nose?
Yeah, no, but that's just his nose, I think.
That's an interesting position for his foot too. Knees closed, Sue. Knees closed.
We're not going to dig too deep into it.
So we saw one with Star-Lord and White Vision. So we know Visions has a show in the works. We know that's been confirmed.
How come somebody signed the art in the background and then signed the art in the foreground? Why do we have two artist signatures there?
That signature on the bottom right was the one that I saw.
Yeah. So if you look between Goop and Miss Marvel, there's a.
Oh no, I think that's not a signature. I think that's something on the wall in the background.
Well, I have it on the wide screen. It's not actually on the wall. It's a signature that's in the background. But okay, fair enough.
It looks angled though.
Okay, well, crack kills.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
it looks like it's.
I don't know what it is with the signature, but here we have, what looks to be Young Avengers.
Who eats apples and pizza together?
It also looks like a home, like a tombstone that they made themselves. They didn't even order out. They just put that thing in the oven.
A frozen pizza.
Look at it. It's got
like a tavern ring.
Right? Hold on. There's so many problems with that. Who does overhead lighting on the lower portion of dude, come on. No. Pass. Do you see the lighting in the kitchen?
That's the little pass through.
Yeah, nobody puts but that's ceiling hang down lightings on the pass through.
Well, maybe they're food warmers. They order up. Ding.
Yeah, food warmers, okay.
We sticking here? Or are we gonna keep moving?
Keep moving. Food warmers. And then we got a couple shots of Doom, one in the throne, and then one.
They shaking the bed. They shaking the bed there, Sticks.
Oh my god. And then one of Emperor Doom on another throne wearing the white from the Secret Wars covers that I remember. But those were just, it was also a shot of a couple of Black Panther shots I didn't put in here. And looked like a different,
actor. They're like, oh, it's rumored they're casting this guy because that's who they made it look like. And
or they're making T'Challa or a grown up version of the little kid.
What do you mean?
The theories that I heard.
Picking out all the most important things.
So, Matt, I'm glad you said something there. So if you want a thorough breakdown and discussion about these storyboard leaks, you can definitely check out Absolute Geek Podcast channel. He went over these in detail, talked about them, and gave theories and discussion about them. I think you said his link is in the chat underneath.
Was his theory much like the one we did on Cliff on Comics that these are fakes?
No. I think there was a different direction that he went with his theories, but it was informative, and I think I recommend it. If you want to know more about the stuff, check it out, and he can break it for you a little bit. So.
Let's just hope little Franklin Squire's fate is better than that kid on Dune Prophecy.
Yeah, I mean, here's the two things I guess I've already probably talked these to death that I'll talk about with these. And one, who cares if they're real, fake, or whatever? Because to be honest with you, the big thing after I heard was Marvel's going to change it, and they're not going to change anything. Even if these are real, they love the publicity they're getting because nobody's talking about Gunn right now. They're talking about whatever this is. Number two, I mean, this just looks like somebody went and, somebody who's got a lot of time in their hands.
Were ever meant to be finalized things. I mean, shit.
Well, not even storyboards though. Like a lot of times, the storyboards are the colorized like this. They're really over detailed and colorized for what would be considered the part of the storyboard they're doing, right? Have you ever seen storyboards before?
Well, yeah, but technology's gotten us to this point where you can now digitize and use AI.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they can do this now as part of the
these aren't your Return of the Jedi storyboard.
I'm saying it might be kind of cool that that's what they're doing. I mean, besides the Franklin thing, the rest of them, I'm down. I want to see why Doom's wearing a white cape and you got the fucking Knights you got the Knights Templar in the background. I want to know why the Knight Templar are there. For sure. And then you got an 80-foot tall, I
think that's the background from Elizabeth.
Yeah. You got an 80-foot. No, it really is because that's her probably there. And then, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, one dude looks like the guy who got arrested on the can.
Well, this is also what I wonder is how come the one before the top is extremely over the top detailed to a T. It looks like it's going to be a credit to looks like it's going to be part of the walkthrough of a video
game.
They
let it render longer.
Yeah, and then the one on the bottom looks like shade art. I mean, kind of actually more like a storyboard would without color or even with color. But
doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters either. But I'm excited for Dune. I'm excited to see what the Knight Templar are. Could that be the Black Knight? I mean, are we gonna see Brave and the Bold, like the Falcon Knight all of a sudden? Is that what that is? Is we're gonna get Brave and the Bold 3? Is that what we're doing?
What do you mean? No, just
be right back.
We're not gonna get Brave and the Bold 3.
Remember when Doctor Strange there was his consigliere? Got him standing there, and there's in Doom Castle.
I
decided to dress like it's Elizabethan times, I guess.
I'm not sure. I think I'd rather see Hulk of the Dragons than.
Oh, that's right. He was sheriff.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather see Hulk of the Dragons than 20-foot tall Moulin Rouge lady. Is just all I'm saying. So
Moulin Rouge lady.
Yeah, look at how tall the person next to Doom is in the bottom picture. She's 100 feet tall.
She's not. She's right next to Doom, and he's sitting in a chair.
Is that a dwarf? Wait, what? Yeah, no, she's taller than the chair. She's taller than the chair, and the chair's taller than Doom.
I think that's probably supposed to be Sue. And that's supposed to be little Franklin in front of her.
Why does she look like she's part of the burlesque show?
Because they're all dressed all
Oochie, oochie, gaga, yeah. Moulin Rouge. All right.
Moulin Rouge.
Next up, we'll talk about one of these pictures, by the way, later.
Well, I was going to wait for Dub, but all right. Because I don't know where we're going with this. But we did get a trailer for Ballerina.
Nice. Can't go wrong with it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hey. They haven't done one. I will say this. It is hard. I think the Game of Thrones series, and I mean, we haven't seen Egg and Dunk yet, obviously, but it's very hard to keep a continuity of quality and freshness between, sub genres of the same, like based off of the same movie or same TV show, same starting project. I mean, like you can watch. I mean, maybe it's because I read The Walking Dead before I watched it and read the novels too, and maybe some of that fell off. But I have a feeling once they start doing like, what was the second series? The Walking Dead or whatever.
Oh, Fear the Walking Dead?
Was that the one where they're on the plane? Like it just didn't have the same feeling as The Walking Dead. And then The Walking Dead didn't have the same feeling as The Walking Dead. And then they did
like a decade in. Like after a while, you just kind of.
Well, I mean, how long is it? I mean, is it 4 movies with whatever?
Yeah, but there's still movies. You had time to wait. Like I'm talking, like Walking Dead was, a dozen episodes every year. Like there was so much content.
Sticks. You better watch your mouth. You talk about John Wick. But you had the Continental that was very good.
They could have edited it a little bit better though. They ran a little long. That would be my only complaint as the last couple was that they didn't need to be near 3 hours.
Zaggy, it's Baba Yaga. Read underneath there. There we go. Right there. Right there. Not Bobby Yoga.
Boogeyman. Well, anyway.
I was making jokes, Eric.
It looks like we're getting more of your Kingdom of Hulks. Oh, no, it is Shrek 5.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, crossover opportunity.
December.
5 Shrek movies?
Well.
There's a girl-kid Shrek.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a while since the last one.
Is Mike Myers still?
Yeah, they got to have the same voices.
Hey, hold on now. Mike Myers is the Shrek guy. I might be able to get this. At least someone.
Okay.
There's somebody named Gwyneth Paltrow, right?
Nope.
Is she no?
There is somebody named Gwyneth Paltrow, but nope.
Cameron Diaz.
Yes.
Cameron Diaz. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
That's all I got. All right, look at me.
Well, that's all you need. I don't know who did Pinocchio's voice. And the other girl was new.
Oh, okay. Wow, 5 of these, huh? This is not a genre my kids have gotten into, so I don't think I'm going to quite give a shit. Give a care.
Give a darn.
Give a darn. Give a darn.
All right. Well, we'll just keep rolling on anyway. No need to linger because we've got bees. Did you see this one yet?
Why?
I've seen most of it. Like I haven't seen it all in one sitting. But
where's it on? Because I started to watch like 10 minutes of it and I just stopped. Like sometimes you're like, oh man, I should just.
It's randomly been on cable for me, so it's just one of those things.
So I put it on because I was like, I want to watch something mindless while I work, and I started putting it on, and I looked up and was like, this is not even. I don't know. And nothing against. Is his last name Stamos?
No, it's close. All right, closer than normal.
Jonathan, right? Statham. Jonathan. Jason. Fair enough. Jason Statham. Nothing against him. I don't have a problem with him. I mean, he's always the same character, raspy voice, grunty dude. But yeah, okay.
Nothing wrong with that. I still like both Meg movies.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it was not. I thought it didn't go over well.
I don't know. It wasn't.
I agree. But like,
let's not pretend it's great either. It's just it was. It was what it was.
No, but what I'm saying here, JJ, was I like to watch. I mean, dude, I like this stuff a lot. Like this type of genre stuff. Like you got the Equalizer and stuff like that. I mean, come on, the dialogue of the Equalizers. No, not Shakespeare, right? But I don't mind senseless.
What are you talking about? Denzel.
Well, he's great, but like I'm saying, I don't mind senseless like action movies. Yeah, but like this is which is fine. This is an okay movie. It's a mid show. Why are we having a second version of a
we
mid
had
show?
3 transporters. He made like
I only watched one.
He made 2 or 3 mechanics.
Yeah. Is he is it transport and mechanic the same thing?
Basically, but no, they're a separate series.
He's got to be making it with his own
also
money, right?
There were multiple cranks. Remember the one where he like got all juiced up and then got like super powered for
Crank, the one where his heart gets going?
Yeah, there were 2 of them. It made at least 2 of them. He was all about the sequel.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe that's
Hell, we got 2 Megs.
You never know. Maybe he just takes points. He could just take points. That's fine. I mean, that's a fair way to do stuff. And also, too, like
I'm pretty sure there was 2 cranks.
Also, too, I would say this. I saw something about the movie. I was listening to something not related to this, related to just stocks and everything else. But one of the things was talking about movies and how to get people in there, and if like, what would be considered a good movie that shouldn't be played in the theaters, and maybe that's what some of the quality stuff is in there. That they're really great movies, just not theater ready movies. And I would say this is a theater ready movie. So. We're
moving on though, because we need a Monopoly lot. What is this?
I will tell you this.
You were a big fan of Battleship, the movie? That one?
No, I'll tell you this. Monopoly went to Myers and bought this thing called. There's so many versions of Monopoly now. I think it's called Monopoly Crash or Monopoly Fast or something like that. It's a smaller board, and the game takes like 3 minutes. And you kind of just bid on how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16, 24 different properties, and you try to outbid each other, but you have to flip these cards over. It's such a fun game. Like, it's fun. And like the people that get mad at stuff, they don't even have enough time to get mad because the game's over too quickly. So
yes,
shout out Monopoly.
There's still only one really good board game adaptation movie.
I don't think it was Blood and Money. No.
Clue.
Clue's the best. Clue is by far the best, for sure.
Absolutely. Margot Robbie's producing the film. What?
Who? The lady that plays Joker's girlfriend?
Yes, Barbie. And it's also
Joker's girlfriend's not Barbie. Joker's girlfriend
is Lady Gaga.
And the John Francis Daly and the Dungeons and Dragons guys are doing.
Harley Quinn's played by Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
Suicide Squad.
Oh yes, correct.
Yeah, not the Gaga one.
Yeah, not Meat Cut. No.
Yeah, but right.
I think there's different versions. I don't think and by the way, this shows the merit of somebody. If you play Monopoly and it becomes a crap fest, that speaks more towards the people playing it than it does the actual game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, but we're moving on.
All right.
What is it? Soups' feet. Okay.
Yep.
So we've got fake AI or maybe whatever storyboard.
Like he took a selfie of his feet by accident. Yeah. Like he didn't realize he was taking a picture.
Well, he didn't win this week. Go ahead.
Right. So here's the thing. Like he had to put something out there, and he's celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the filming starting, I believe it was.
Long year buy-in, Silbard.
Yeah, so maybe the film wrapped up a year ago. I don't even know. But he had to put something out, so he put a Superman's boots. Like that's what we got. Like I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me, but he had to put something out there. So
there's no other footprints, so he couldn't move either. He had to just stand still.
Right there. Very, very still.
Go in the snow. It's going to take us forever to fix this.
Yeah. I mean, I know DC fans, they were in a tissy because
there you go. Yes. The 1-year anniversary of filming commencing.
Marvel may or may not have had storyboards out there, and it dominated the news. So, I mean, good luck, James. You better hope. I once again, Matt, I don't know if that's true or not about the movie getting torched, but I will say, and I've said it since the beginning.
I actually didn't.
I don't think, but I still don't think
thing.
you should have led with Superman. I think it's a mistake leading with Superman.
Who should they have led with?
Well,
don't say Batman.
Huh?
Don't say Batman.
No. I don't think that at all. I think you should have led with like a Titans, like a Teen Titans, or like something else. Just a Swamp Thing. You could have.
You can't lead with Swamp Thing.
I don't know. If you're gonna do Superman, do JLA, lead like the whole crew. I don't think Superman is the draw that they think he is. I'm serious. Like, who reads Superman and don't have Bruce tell me him?
It doesn't matter who reads Superman. It's the people who are going to go watch Superman.
Right. I'm telling you, though, like, what kid do you know that's like,
it's
Superman?
Well, it's different now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the last,
superheroes in general are more broadly accepted and known throughout the normie community. So
that's what I'm saying. So
impressed by a movie where we'll see a man fly. Like this ain't in the 70s anymore. Like
exactly what I'm saying. Tell me in the last 10 years, and I'm not saying from birth, but I'm saying from like reading age, so like 5. So they'd be up to 50.
But there are a lot of other characters in this movie, so that's why they packed it with guest stars.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's say 15, which is a genre of age where kids go to watch. In the last 10 years, have you ran into a kid? Have you gone to a birthday party? You have kids, Pete. Have you gone to a birthday party? Have you done anything that? And the theme was Superman.
Well, they haven't made anything with Superman in 8 years or so.
That's my point.
But the other part of
well, hold on. If there's not a demand for it, they're not going to make it. So, like, yeah, I've seen Teen Titans stuff. Yes, I've seen DC stuff. I've seen Batman stuff too, mind you. But I haven't seen this. I just haven't seen. Like, I just don't know who these people are. So the so-called people that like Superman, because I don't see them.
Let's not linger again. We're already almost 50 minutes in, and we're not through.
Families with flock. I don't know what that means.
I think families will flock.
Wait, families will flock to watch who? Cosmic.
Families.
Who?
Aren't you going to go see it?
My kids are not interested in seeing Superman. No, I'll go see it. My kids aren't going to do it because I do this. If not, I wait till it comes out on DVD.
Well, we also got to see more, and it's got to be soon. Like, it's still July. Like, we've got months to really concern ourselves with it.
Yeah, we've got multiple movies coming before that, so we'll see what happens.
Exactly. Once again, there's a lot of people without children saying, "Oh yeah, Superman's going to be good." I'm telling you, you cannot have box office hits if you cannot have teenagers and children go to it. You just can't. You have to get a bigger net now. I would like you to tell me one person, one Ute. I'll give you 20.
Well, I was going to say, but to your point though, like kids weren't supposed to go and see Deadpool and Wolverine, like in the theater.
Yeah, but Deadpool's in all their like games and everything else. I mean, like
no, but I'm saying, but those kids weren't really supposed to go to the theater because it was rated R.
Yeah, but they'll still go. Yeah, but they still go. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they'll still go. But I mean, like.
But are they still buying tickets for that? Or are they buying tickets for, the Wild Robot and sneaking in or whatever the hell?
Yeah. No, I mean, didn't Deadpool do all right in the theater?
It did a lot. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they did. Like, I know kids. I know parents that were like, we're taking our kids to Deadpool. I'm like, no, you should not. No, you should not. But they did. That's what I'm saying. There's no.
Yeah. I let my son watch it just a little while. Not in the theater. We watched it at home, and I sat with him and watched it with him.
So moving on, we got a poster for Toxic Avenger remake. This poster was released by Cineverse, who now has the rights for it. It's going to be an unrated theatrical release on August 29th. Peter Dinklage, Elijah Wood, Kevin Bacon.
You're just like Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
That sounds about right for the cast of the Toxic Avenger.
Well, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. No, those guys have all done good stuff.
No,
I don't know about this movie, though.
Hold on now. Peter Dinklage and Kevin Bacon, I think, are phenomenal actors. And to be honest, Elijah Wood, although sometimes takes interesting parts that I would like suggest. What was the one where he was on the? He had one role where I just remember on a train.
Talking about the show with him and you talking about the show he did where his dog was a guy in a dog suit?
No. Oh no, but that was also funny. That was also pretty funny. Yeah. That was also really funny. No, there was a movie that he did that was very serious and it showed his range, and I was like, oh wow.
Oh, you talking about The Good Son with little Macaulay Culkin?
Oh, he was good.
Remember that? Yeah. They were both good in that. That movie was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got this.
Wilfred, yes, that was the name of the show. Wilfred, the dog.
Wilfred,
show.
Yeah, Wilfred. But this is what I'm telling you is I don't think all three of those people will do what it takes. The problem sometimes I have with the Batman, it's pretty good films. The Dark Knight ones was I feel like the actor who played Batman took himself too seriously, right? Like he wouldn't let himself get into the actual Batman. I'm Batman. He wouldn't let himself into the Batman character, and you see that with plenty of the other movies. Even when he was playing in Ford versus Ferrari, it was like, oh yeah, it's like, okay, dude, we get it. But like, if you've watched Kevin Bacon before, every single I can't tell you a time I've seen some movies that he's in that are terrible. But Kevin Bacon was never terrible. Peter. No,
I get that. That's why I guess maybe I was confused by your comment then.
No, what I'm saying is because with Toxic Avenger, right? You got it. It's Toxic Avenger, right? Like this isn't highbrow stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's why when you said, "Well, with this cast," I'm like, "What do you mean by that?"
Well, I mean, they all did. Like Elijah Wood too was in what's its name? The Frank Miller thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. What?
Sin City?
He was
Sin City, yeah. And what I'm saying is they'll give it some actors seem to hold back and be like, well, I can't
that yellow bastard
into the characters or the theme of it. Like Toxic Avenger is not like you have to
I'm just gonna say like Toxic Avenger is just not that interesting. Like the character of Toxic Avenger, it's just not that interesting. I think that's the biggest problem they have with this movie.
Yeah, well, that's fair, I guess, but I think they're going to make it interesting.
Then they wouldn't have shelved it, and now it's being unrated. Just for throwing it out there now.
Well, look, man, I mean, it's like when Peter was in the station agent, right?
Oh yeah.
And you just don't think that's something great, but then when you see him in there, you're like, "Holy crap!" And then you see him play.
This is a good movie, man.
Then you're like, "This dude's gonna be in." When they said that he was gonna be in the Dragon thing, not House of Dragon, but in Game of Thrones, I was like, "Yeah, all right." And then anything he wants to do after that, I'm like, "Yeah, dude, he could just do it all."
Well, he was also for
I'm with whoever just said 100% on board, huh?
Game of Thrones. I mean, he was perfect for that role.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, a little bit. You're like, why didn't they? Yes, but I'm just saying.
And I know things.
Yeah, but he felt like he really got the people crap on me all the time, and I'm smart and I don't care. Even though he didn't do the makeup and all this stuff.
I mean, he might not have looked like
they didn't make him look like it. But he had the feel. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was getting at. The attitude that he was Tyrion, the way.
Yeah, and he wasn't the main character, but he was after his performance, he's the main character. Same thing with Elijah Wood. Even in Frank Miller's thing, wasn't the main character, but he was one of the main. I mean, he was one of the greatest actors in there. And Kevin Bacon. I mean, there's a lot of things, including what's the one with the two chicks. The one blonde girl brown-haired girl from Scream, isn't it?
Chicks.
When they're in the swamp in Louisiana. Anyways, but he also in Few Good Men. Huh?
He was in it?
Yeah, he was like the detective who set everybody up with the. Yeah.
Dinklage?
No, not Dinklage. I'm talking about Bacon.
Oh, Wild Things.
Wild Things, yeah. And then the Wild Thing character compared to like the other. I'm just saying, like they're like when people are like, oh, these people all have range. No, these 3 guys right here, they have a hell of a lot of range. So I'm okay with them being intoxicated, and I'm 100% down for it too. I mean, it might not be your cup of tea, but I'm with Joe on this. Like, I'm on board for this. I'm okay with this. Like, and then you get these 3 on here. I'm down. Like, I don't think you could have got it. Yeah. I don't know how that's confused by my own comments. I'm excited.
I didn't know if you were crapping on the movie or not when you said that. That's why it was your tone. It made it unclear of what you meant.
Oh.
I was like,
sorry.
These 3. That's why I wasn't getting. I was like, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to crap on it, and I was like, well, with these 3, like you can't like. With these 3, you can't.
I'm only going to crap on it because, again, I just don't think it's going to be that interesting.
Yeah, like, I do. Well, okay. I mean, whatever. I would have watched it either way. I like the type of style that is, but I just think like, because you're going to have like, Army of Darkness type vibes, maybe even to it. I don't know. I'm okay with it.
I know that's the hope. You want to go with that kind of.
But that's what I'm saying with these 3 guys. I mean, with these 3 guys,
I'm still concerned.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think maybe my comments are coming because I knew you're going to crap on it either way. Anyways. All right, move on.
Acclaim. That's right. Wow. They're making a comeback. They are relaunching as an indie games publisher. They're telling us that they will be looking for independent game developers, and they want to distribute games for them. So, they did games like NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat, Turok. They did some wrestling games back in the day. But then they had like big flops too, like like BMX XXX. They filed for bankruptcy in 2004.
Mortal Kombat.
Jeff Jarrett.
And Jeff Jarrett will be on board as an advisor.
Why?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I don't know.
So then he did take another.
Don't know what they're gonna do, but Jeff Jarrett will be.
Isn't he still busy wrestling in AEW?
Well, he's going to be an advisor, so he'll have time.
Can we get Acclaim to start doing comic books?
Well, that's kind of
more Valiant. They're already somewhere else.
Maybe they'll buy Valiant.
Fair.
Again. And again.
I don't know. But let's get on. Right. Let's move it on to streaming.
Streaming news. Let's get right into it. So this, everybody's seen this picture. It's the first look at the Lanterns. It's been talked about quite a bit. But there's your Hal Jordan, who is an aging Green Lantern that has his. Can you click that thing, Pete? He is training his replacement, who will be Jon Stewart. And they are investigating a murder in Nebraska.
Why?
One that leads them to darker mysteries as well as reckoning. So,
well, at least it's not Oklahoma.
It's Nebraska, which is almost the same thing.
Don't make it better.
Yeah.
It's not.
I've driven through both. They're all the same thing. It's the same. You drive through, you can't tell one from the other.
Yeah, except for you can't get a drink in Oklahoma.
Oh, well.
No?
Okay. You got me
some
there.
parts. They got some dry county there in Missouri.
No,
it's so flat. At +2, there's not a damn hill in all of Oklahoma.
And it smells like
all of that aside. I don't
and also too, there's dead. They just leave all the armadillos dead on the side of the road in Oklahoma. Not a problem in Nebraska.
Well, Pete, just think about this for a second. Murder in Nebraska. So, think about it from a point of view of there's people in Nebraska, some kind of alien ship crashes in Nebraska, somebody dies, and that's the murder that they're investigating.
I want space. I'm with Pete. Yeah, I want space. I want space. I don't
want them romancing the local town sheriff playing it regular.
Hey, where's Kingdom of Nerds trying to save this? Where's Kingdom of Nerds trying to save this garbage? This had the most potential.
Yeah, if I want to watch this, because this is all I'm seeing them trying to be Sam and Dean right here. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I already love Supernatural.
This is the Winchesters.
Supernatural.
Yeah, this is the Winchesters, but Dean is the one where he aged up and Sam's still young, and the old Dean comes back to help young Sam.
Sam is off at college, so Dean 100%. Is just with his dad at this point.
Yeah, or that. Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So I don't know. That's my only problem with it.
I can respect your guys' opinion, but as far even as Superman goes, and this goes, and the Marvel Leaks goes, I don't have a problem with any of those things yet until I see the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to watch it.
A picture from the first day.
I'm a fan.
No. It's not the picture that's killing us on this one. It's their personal description.
It's the concept. I don't like
what they're saying. Yeah, it's what they're saying seems to be the problem.
Yeah, it would be like if they did let's say they did the reverse. And let's say we just watched Daredevil this week, but Daredevil took place in like some wonky space adventure. Like, well, that's not Daredevil. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. I
don't know. I'm still
bareback. Look, man, I just don't like. I guess that what? Okay, here. This is how. Okay, shut up, Kingdom Nerds. Let me ask you this, Kingdom Nerds. So you could say whatever, but here, when you say the word Green Lanterns, what comes to mind?
Abin Sur crashes on Earth and gives the ring goes and finds Hal Jordan.
Yeah, to go to where?
Sector 841, whatever, to protect.
No. 2814 is our sector, but still.
But it's space based.
This looks like a class ring. This don't look like a Green Lantern ring. This looks like a high school football coach. It's Coach Eric Taylor.
Power ring space. Yes. This is what you think. This is what he's tied to. Space and aliens. Yes, and power rings. Okay, I get it. Not Smallville. Not small. That's a combination of Supernatural and Superman and Smallville. That's not what this sounds like. You know what I mean? And this, like, okay.
Let's move on. Let's just move on. We don't know anything yet. No, just not happy.
Yeah, not what I want to see. Just give people what they want.
I thought this was Bernie Mac for a second.
This is not Bernie Mac.
I know.
What?
This is a screenshot from Wonder Man. And our friend, our reliable guy, Brad Winderbaum,
who?
The head of streaming. You say that every time I say his name. Marvel's head of streaming. That's why I put the description in there every time. Marvel's head of streaming, television, and animation.
Who?
His name is Brad Winderbaum.
Oh, okay. Brad Winderbaum. Yeah, that's right.
For Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
The second.
He's the second. Yahya Abdul Mateen II. Or otherwise known as Junior. He says the best show no one has ever seen. He had an interview that I think it was actually on the Marvel podcast that they do, and he had high praise for the show, but of course he's going to have high praise for
hold on,
because that's his job.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If it's the best show no one has ever seen, that means he didn't see it. So how would he know how good the show is?
Maybe
no one ever saw it.
You're getting too literal.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the problem with that statement is you say that about a show that like has been released and then people didn't watch and got canceled too early, like Firefly.
Yeah. Like I was thinking Batwoman. Remember that? Oh, everybody said that was the best movie that nobody's ever seen, and I understand that. That's fair. That's a fair criticism of that. But it's the best movie that's coming out sooner, of next year or whatever, this year or whatever.
December, huh?
Yeah, it was set for December. Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. Bernie Mac.
All right, this guy.
I thought this was Tom Cavanaugh on the small picture.
Why do you see this guy like that? This guy's all right, man.
Matthew Lillard. I'm just saying I don't know much about him, except he just joined the cast of Daredevil.
Hold on, you don't know this guy, this actor?
I don't.
This is a dude that was like in Scream, and he was in a bunch of others. He was in all those was he in
Scream, like the guy with the ghost face guy?
Yeah,
yeah.
He was. I don't watch those. Oh, you didn't see any? Oh, you're missing out there, Dub.
What else is he in? Was he in like A Knight's Tale or something? I don't know.
No, not A Knight's Tale.
He was in. Wasn't he in something? Who was the guy that died? That was in Knight's Tale. The guy that played Joker.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. Wasn't he? He was in something with Heath Ledger, wasn't he?
Was he?
Oh, he's Shaggy. Gotcha.
He is Shaggy.
Oh well, yeah, he's Shaggy.
I was gonna say it wasn't even. I know
Ghost?
what you did last summer.
Exactly, JJ. I mean, how we put up pictures of actors that are like 5
Gene
bazillion.
Hackman. Who is this guy?
And who's Gene Hackman? Who's that?
That is not what I said.
We put a
about
picture
Gene
of
Hackman.
Shaggy up there, and Mark was like, "Oh yeah, that guy's been in a ton of movies. I know him."
Hold on. First off, you guys are over exaggerating. I know who Gene.
Yeah,
Hackman
we are.
is. Oh, he's in She's All That.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, another real
yeah.
winner.
Mm-hmm.
I reviewed that for the Rutgers newspaper when I was at school.
She's all.
I don't
that.
know. The girl in the She's All That was cute.
I remember I did Boogie Nights and She's All
Rachel
That
something?
and 8mm were movies I got to review for the school paper.
I may have been partaking in too much partying, and I woke up to the Jeopardy section in that where the kids are doing the Jeopardy section and all, and I thought that was great. So then I decided to watch the movie, and then I was just like, all right.
And you're like, hey, how'd they have time to choreograph this dance number?
There's a dance number.
There's always a dance number in those movies.
Hmm. Well,
All right.
I
let's keep
thought the
moving.
girl was cute.
Yeah, I don't know who he's going to be, though.
8mm. Yeah, there we go.
No, he wasn't an 8mm. I mentioned 8mm because I reviewed it.
Oh.
He was not the machine.
Hackers. That's what he was in. Hackers. Thank you
Hackers.
very much.
Okay.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
No, but who do you, like speculating who he could be in Daredevil? I could see maybe Owsley. Huh?
He's also an SLC Punk. What do you guys? This guy's a great act. What are you talking about?
Can you see him as the owl? Maybe
He's
I'm
in
seeing him
Wing
as Owsley.
Commander. You guys are coming out with the She's All That movie. He was
He's
in
the
something-
owl. That's my guess. He's gonna be the
Who
owl.
said
in
she's
season
all
3.
that?
Leland Owsley. That's my. I'm saying it now. That's my guess. She's all that was good. Oh, the hot girl with the glasses. Oh, take her glasses off. Look, guess what? She's still hot.
Still
Just
hot.
hot. Yeah, the hot girl with glasses taker.
What a miracle.
I just remember this guy was in that movie because I woke up. And dude, speaking of that, watch Hackers, great movie. So is Salt Lake Pete Punks. It's a good one too.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
all.
still see Punk. Yeah.
All right. So Netflix gave us the, I guess, final trailer for the Electric State, the movie.
Without a
This
panel?
movie, it looked decent, the trailer, and it's done by the Russo brothers, which I didn't
All right.
know until I saw this article here. I guess I
Who?
should have known that before. But
Russo.
Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, and it's a retro future where robots and humans used to live together in harmony, but now they don't, and they're fighting each other. So
Wait, is Millie Bobby Brown's kid?
No,
yes, she is.
Oh,
no,
sweet.
it's
I thought she
11 from
died.
Stranger Things.
Huh?
It's 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh, what?
Why would Bobby
What do you mean,
Brown's
what?
kid
the
be
little
called
girl from Stranger Things?
Bobby Brown? Unless it's
Yeah, how did Bobby Ray's got? Oh, look at the little white girl.
Hold on. Did you ever watch Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown when they do the things like him talking about sticking her finger up her booty because she couldn't poop? And you're asking me
No.
why they would name the
Nothing to
kid
do with
Millie
this
Bobby
movie or
Brown?
this actress.
What?
That's got nothing to do with anything right now.
Well, I would assume that Bobby Brown would name his kid after himself.
then it would just be Bobby Brown.
Yeah. Her
Well, I
name's
mean,
Millie.
you can't give your daughter a boy's name.
Bobby is a boy's and girl's name.
I don't know where the
Regardless.
I don't know where the freak
That's
you live,
not who she is.
but not where I'm from.
You know where I live.
Oh, you're on the east side. That's right.
Also, I don't think she's not American either. I don't think. I think she's from
Who?
the UK.
Bobby Brown's daughter?
It's not Bobby Brown's daughter. Will you stop saying that? The timelines don't even match up.
Who are you? Well, anyways, this was a good. I don't know. Look.
Why are
man,
you so confused? Because I know you've seen Stranger Things.
the little kid?
Yes. That's who this is. And the Godzilla movies.
That's who is.
The girl.
Oh, in the picture? That's not
No.
the kid that's got the shaved head in Stranger Things.
Yes, that's the girl with the shaved head, and that's Star Lord.
That girl's like
right
4. This woman right here is like 36. That kid is like 12 in Stranger Things.
She's not 36. but she's probably in her early 20s at this point, or right around 20. But yeah,
Lee apparently not. Bobby Brown is white.
That's her.
She's married to
also
Bon
in
Jovi's
that
son.
Damsel movie on Netflix too.
Wait a minute. Come on. How old Bon Jovi's son? Bon Jovi's like 70. How old's his son? It's my life now or never.
What's Bon Jovi got to do with it? Point being, this movie is also an adaptation of a graphic novel.
She married Bon Jovi's son.
She is, yeah. Yeah, see, that's what happens, Marco. You start talking about nonsense.
I know who that person. I know who she is. I know who this is, and that's somebody's on the show's responsibility, but not mine. Goldberg is the world's greatest wrestler.
That was the wrong one. Sorry.
Hey, Steve, what's going on? Steve, I sent you a message the other day.
And then somehow that story is going to evolve into a point where Bobby Brown's got his finger in Bon Jovi's butt at a Diddy party, and we don't know what the hell's going on.
All right.
He's only in his 60s. Bon Jovi's only in his 60s? He's been in his 60s for like the last 20 years.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
At least the last 10 years. I mean,
you just stop.
Hey, can you guys name any other song besides the "It's My Life"? It's no hour. I don't think I know other
Living on a Prayer.
Oh yeah, I'm living on a prayer. Isn't that the same song I was just singing though? Album? Wasn't that the same song I was just singing?
No.
No, what about the Young Guns 2 soundtrack? We had,
I love it.
Come on.
Yeah, the other song with "Dead or Alive" was better, and they put the wrong song.
He used to
walk these streets.
He used to own the arena football team here in Philly, the Soul. Remember?
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that.
Indoor football where they had the hockey boards.
I don't know Bad Medicine. Sorry, Comic Corner.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You don't know Bad Medicine?
He's only 63. Good for that dude. Good for Jovi. Good for him.
Yeah, Sticks used to babysit him.
It's 4 kids. Okay. Runaway.
Oh, here we
Isn't
go.
That an Aerosmith song?
No, that's actually a Bon Jovi song.
Actually, it's a Tom Selleck movie. Starring Gene Simmons, too.
Wicked gets a streaming date. My daughter loves this movie, dude.
She'll be able to watch it on Peacock starting on March 21st.
The sequel.
And then the sequel will be out on November 21st in theaters.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. I was right. There was somebody named Bobby Brown, and it was Bobby Brown's daughter, and she died.
But it wasn't that girl.
Fair.
Yeah, George Foreman's got a lot of kids he named George Foreman. They weren't involved in that picture.
I'm just saying. Well, why would you name your kid Bobby Brown, though? Like, whoever that...
Why did George Foreman name all his kids George?
No, because his name's George. No, I get that. What I'm saying is, why did the white girl parents name her Bobby Brown?
They named her Millie.
Yeah, they named her Millie.
Right.
Bobby is her middle name.
Why?
Maybe her grandma was named Bobby. I don't know.
She's old enough to know that Bobby Brown had to stick his finger.
She's old enough to not be able to be the one who named herself. like her parents named her.
And Bobby Brown named his daughter Bobby.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, he didn't name her Bobby Brown. He's named her Bobby.
Well, okay, move along. Yeah, I don't know.
You know why? Because it's catchy and you remember that shit. That's why. Nobody's going to remember Millie Brown. That sounds like the old lady with the cats up the street.
Well, that's I mean, why would you name somebody Millie anyways? Okay.
I'm just saying. Like,
we're on to this. I don't know. This is all musicals, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing it's all musical.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I have a hard time watching movies.
I've been waiting for it to come to streaming so we can watch it, but
yeah, March 21st, you'll be able to watch it on Peacock. Yeah. And then I think a few weeks later, the sing-along version is coming out too.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You'll be able to sing along to all your favorite songs.
Maybe her dad was a British.
That's exactly. Could have been. He was a Bobby.
Bars.
Hats and everything. Then we can play the Benny Hill music, and she can go running around in circles.
Yeah, I get you're saying
Right.
Lee. She went by Bobby Christine, but like that's not Christine's not her last name. Her last name is Brown.
Oscar.
This is Oscar, and he's returning to the new Office spin-off show. His name is Oscar. He plays a character named Oscar, and he's returning to a show that follows the Dunder Mifflin documentary crew.
That's what
Dunder.
That's what those hats that people, the Dunder Mifflin hat or whatever people were wearing is.
Dunder Mifflin? Yes, it's the made-up paper company from The Office.
Oh shit!
They wear hats.
I had a T-shirt.
I've seen T-shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, people were wearing a T-shirt all the time that said Dunder or whatever.
Dunder Mifflin. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Dunder Mifflin T-shirt. I think I still have it.
That's what that's from.
Yes.
Yeah, Office.
Well, I'll be.
There you go. You learn something every day.
Hell, how many? I mean, yeah. Okay, fair. Was this guy a good character?
He was funny.
The only one I ever know is the guy that's got glasses on that they show all the time.
Dwight.
Dwight, yes, he's a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
He was at our show Motor City last time, or he's coming this time? I'm not sure. He's on the Motor City list.
This guy?
No, the guy with the glasses.
Oh.
Well, he was also in.
Would anybody know who this guy is? He just looks like a normal dude.
Well, he's been in other movies.
Yeah, and if you're in Office, I mean, Office has a nice following, or a pretty good following, so people will definitely.
What's up, Marv? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Fair enough.
Anyway, we're gonna keep moving on, though. I don't know about this spinoff.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't have high hopes, but
I do have high hopes for this one, though. So we got a new trailer for the Alien Earth series. There's a couple of screenshots from there. We saw the first screenshot of the Xenomorph, aka Alien.
Who is that?
That is, I don't remember. The Justified guy.
I was gonna say, is that Raylan Givens?
Timothy.
guy.
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah, it is. I thought it looked
Hey,
like
I
him.
like him. I like everything he's been in too.
I thought it looked like him, but I'm like,
look, when you guys keep asking me why I watched like that, he was good. Hey, I'll tell you this. Did you ever watch the one where he's the guy with the thing that comes in and it's like a parasite thing, but nobody can see it? I think he's gonna be good in this. That
Wasn't
movie.
he in Boba Fett? Wasn't that the same guy?
Yeah, but he
small role.
Well, he wasn't Boba Fett, so that's okay.
No.
He was
There's this movie that he did, and it's like this plane. Well, spoiler alert of a 20-year-old movie. A plane crashes, but people like mysteriously die, and like you see the grass move, it kills people. It's like they didn't really explain what it was, but it's like one of those thriller type things. But it's also like post-apocalyptic. So of course I watched it. Plus he's in it, and I think everything he's been in is great. So
Deadwood.
This is my favorite
I
comment.
love Deadwood.
Literally my favorite comment.
Huh? Come on, how about Girl Next Door? Juice worth a squeeze?
What?
You didn't see Girl Next Door?
No.
He was kind of a pimp, but
Oh, nice. By blood or relation?
Practically related.
I still chase on.
That makes us practically related.
Anyway, he is good. I do like Raylan Givens, and I just didn't know that was him because I think Guy Pearce played that character. If he's playing, Wayland.
Oh, cool. Crash Space. I'm telling you, like he was good in the movie where the plane thing that in the swamp.
Yeah, so in the
he was
trailer,
also Live Free, Die Hard. Yeah, the Crazies. Thank you, Double J. Crazies.
Oh, the Crazies.
Yeah.
In the trailer, we see a spaceship crash on
Well, he's good in
a
it.
planet, which is Earth, and then it's set 2 years before the first Aliens movie, and then this is Xenomorphs on Earth somehow. So that's how they get there.
I've probably watched the Crazies like 10 times.
I don't really want them on Earth, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna. Yeah,
I'll watch it if it's got Timothy in it, and I'll watch it.
No, I know. I just kind of, if this was just like some colony somewhere, some alien planet, I would have been.
It could be. I
could have been more into that, but all right, it's Earth. It's Earth.
Okay, that movie's only 15 years old. Crazies, by the way, not 20. Thank you very much. What do you know?
Still
all right. Old. So we have a couple of things in toys. As you know, you may or may not know, Toy Fair has been going on. I don't know if it was last week, this week, both weeks. I'm not sure. Weekend. It's going on, and there's a couple of things that were very relevant to some things that we talk about here on this show.
I like Legion too.
drop them into the news here. One is a Transformers Void Rivals pack. Can you click the thing?
Really?
This has
I don't want this.
Jetfire and the two people, Zertonian
Void
and
Rivals.
Agorian.
Yeah,
Void Rivals. So 2 3 3/4 inch figures compatible with your GI Joes, and then it has this Jetfire figure, which is actually a reissue, I believe, of the Siege for the Netflix series. They did this Jetfire is awesome, by the way. This figure is great. It looks a lot like this, when he first showed up in the cartoon. And so this is going to be like a pack that you can get. It's going to be a Void Rivals pack, so it's really cool.
I'm into this. I kind of like this. I'm
down for the cause. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like ridiculously expensive. That's
it probably will be.
You tell me this is $100. I'm like, wait a second.
Well, the Jetfire by itself was $80, but it came out before. It was an $80 figure.
Yeah, then it probably is going to be like $100.
Retail.
$120.
Fair.
Yeah, it's probably going to be over $100.
Well, I'll think about it.
Yeah,
we got the good life.
And then the other thing that I thought was really cool was a Berserker action figure from McFarlane.
What's with the Liefeld? What's with the Liefeld gun he's got in his hand? Jesus, because that thing be any bigger?
Figure. I mean, he's got giant weapons.
Is this what happens when you lose DC's contract?
I don't know if he actually lost it.
Too soon?
That's still kind of up in the air.
No, he said he's still willing to do stuff for it, but he does not hold the contract anymore.
Yeah, he's got other stuff. I mean, now he's going to be doing some Turtles, I saw. And there's another property I saw he picked up.
He definitely picked up some new stuff. I thought he still had some DC.
Was it like Mortal Kombat or something?
Mortal Kombat, I think.
Yeah, those could be cool figures. So we'll see. We'll see what he's got. Anyway, that's just a huge gun, and
that's a huge gun.
So this is kind of cool. Probably going to be a $40 to $50 figure, I'm guessing.
$9.99.
I hope so.
That would be something.
It's free 17 and over.
It will be when it's at Ollie's.
I don't know if it'll make it to Ollie's.
Yes, it will. All McFarlane figures make it to Ollie's.
Let's talk about some comics.
Let's talk.
What do we got here?
So right off the bat, we're going to talk about some Diamond is selling off a bunch of ratios at really cheap prices. So the reason we're talking about this is, there's a 1-in-100 variants, and stores can buy them for $10, 1-in-50s for $5. And the reason that I wanted to bring it up was because if you are in the market for these books, just know that they are readily available at cheap prices, and you can get them cheaper. So don't pay your ratio price. Like, you don't have to pay ratio prices for this 1-in-100 Transformers variant, is what I'm saying. I'm not looking to buy these books, but if you are, you can probably get them cheap, and now is a good time to be looking for these books.
Yeah, well, I would be interested at some of these prices, but I don't have a Diamond account, so I can't order them.
Well, yeah, but you know what they do? They end up, somebody will buy a lot of them, and then they will end up.
Then they'll end up auctioning them, and then nobody will care.
So and then they'll set the price on them. So just don't get FOMO if you want them.
Even when that happens, I'll be like, yeah, I'll pay $6, and then somebody will always, I'll pay $6.25. I'm like, well, screw you.
Yeah,
well, you can have it then.
Well, I told myself I'm not going to $7, so guess I'm not.
Well, here's the other thing. So many people owe Diamond money that a lot of them, I'm not quite sure, are going to be able to buy these books.
Yeah, if you owe Diamond, you can't order these.
Yeah, so you might want to wait and see if Diamond does it.
They also ain't shipping your stuff either.
Well, that's sale. Why? Oh, yeah.
Like,
if you owe Diamond money, you're not getting books.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because for so long, Diamond would, hey, we'll take
you credit.
We'll float you.
Yeah, well,
not no more.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, see what else we got here.
Moving on. Talk about some more comic news. We're getting a giant size Spider-Man to go with the giant size X-Men.
Can't not wait.
This is not official art. This is previous giant size Spider-Man issues that we've gotten over the years. The middle one's from like 1974.
Yeah.
So this is not art. This is not the official thing. There was no pictures out for this yet. So that's what we got. So it's coming out right after apparently the very successful giant size X-Men one, which hasn't come out yet. So
how is it successful?
Exactly.
Okay.
Sean Galloway, are you familiar with his work?
No.
Apparently, he did something for Teen Titans Go. I didn't have time to look up what he's been doing, but he's going to be doing a cover.
Well, Teen Titans Go has a specific look to it, so I think we can all imagine it.
Yeah, so then that's what we'll be getting. He will be doing a Spider-Man cover for this giant size.
Do you think that they need to do any gimmicks to sell suckers Spider-Man books? Because I don't think they need to. No, Batman and Spider-Man are always going to sell.
You do when it's not main title. If you start doing one shots and other minis, you do got to sell them on something because a lot of people sit out, especially with like bigger prices. This will be like a $5.99, $6.99 type book. You got to sell them on something.
Yeah, and
well, I mean, it's something.
This will tie in with your giant size X-Men stuff, with the Miss Marvel traveling through time and that kind of stuff. So there's probably
that's success. That again, we still haven't seen that yet.
Right, the successful
successful thing that I'm completely worried about because it's a dumb idea and they probably should just leave well enough alone. Yeah. That one, sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
keep moving.
Sweet Shop.
Sweet Shop. It's a new app that will be where you can read the creator-owned Image comics, a whole bunch of different Image comics. I believe it's 400 titles. Can you click the little thing for me, Pete? Okay. 400 different creator-owned comics. I didn't see any prices on this yet, but it'll be DRM-free downloads. And DRM is your digital rights management, which means once you download it, you will be able to have it. Like if you put it on your computer, then you can put it on your phone, you can put it on your iPad.
You can save it.
Yeah. You can save it and keep it, not like now where you get something when you buy it from a digital service and then they decide they don't have the rights anymore, then they can take it out of your library. Yeah. This is not that. So that's kind of what I read about it, but this is Image Comics it's starting with, so we'll see how far they go, but there'll be a new app, and I believe it launches. It may have launched already, but the real thing is this summer is when it starts getting going.
I'll take a look.
It's interesting.
What is this?
What indeed?
Superman
so this
Day,
is all about Superman Day, which is April 18th, which is, I believe, the day Action Comics 1 was released. So they are doing...
Which is probably the day they should have thought about for the movie, so they could have had a synergy going on here.
This is something. Okay.
So the Superman for All Seasons and the All-Star Superman, the first picture in each of those are actually books that are probably going to be free because they are sold in like bundles of 25 to retailers. Like they cost like 30 cents a piece or something.
Yeah.
Like comic book day type thing. And then the middle ones are foil versions of those same books. Then you have a blank version. But the Action Comics, however, can you click the button for me, Pete?
Oh, sure.
The Action Comics have it's a Golden Age facsimile edition for $10. The foil version is $15. The Dan Mora homage cover in the middle is $10.99, and there's a blank Action Comics one for $10.99. So if you want an facsimile of Action Comics, you're gonna have to pay at least $10 for it. The other ones you might be able to get for free if you just want the regular version.
Look, here's what I'm telling you, man. They should have done the facsimile comic. Just make it thinner, don't make it a thing, and just do it cheap and have like a little cartoon kid in it or something like that to try to get it out to kids.
Well, look at the other one. You got All-Star Superman. They basically took the cover for the first issue and they said, you know what? Let's take it in two parts. We'll sell people the virgin art and we'll sell them just the trade dress separately.
Yeah.
They can put that shit together.
Artrell got it.
But the first one is like it's going to be free. Like it's going to be a giveaway.
But I think they should do the giveaway as the classic cover that might get kids somehow into it because some parents will be like, "Oh, hey, that's that's cool. That's I remember that."
Then they wouldn't be able to charge people $10 for it.
I understand, but it might actually introduce the characters to somebody.
It's a fact.
Nope.
Yeah, you can find reprints of this already for less than $10.
I know, but yes, but if you put it new, almost as like on a free comic book day, and parents are taking their kids to it, they'll recognize the cover, give the kid the book, so they can.
The kid. All I'm saying. Why the fuck would a kid recognize Action
Comics? Whoa, slow down there, Junior.
Right, I'm sorry.
I didn't say the kid. I said the parent.
Kid recognize Action Comics?
Right, they wouldn't. But the parent would, and be like, when the kids get a decision, what book should I pick? Listen, man, if you've ever been to free comic book day with parents and kids, the parents just want to get the hell out of the store. They're done. Yeah. They're like, come on.
But I'm also not the guy who's going to say, yes, I'm going to buy my son a $10 reprint of Action Comics.
But if it was free and you had to decide on a book. No, Pete, I think you're missing what I'm saying.
I know.
That's
if it was free, yes.
That's the one they should have made for free comic. I'm saying they should have made that for free comic.
Nope. If I'm giving a kid a comic book that has Superman in it, it's definitely not Action Comics 1. It's not Superman for All Seasons, and it's not All-Star Superman. You're going to give a kid like cartoon versions of those characters.
Fair. Maybe fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
the kid's probably not going to
stuff,
it's just...
Nope.
Meyer, I don't know. You must be in like Alabama where people can't read. But like in other states, especially the Great Lakes states, I might add, the wonderful Great Lakes states such as Michigan.
You were trying to
kids out here read
Pennsylvania in there. It's like shit. I'm close to Pennsylvania, on the other side of Pennsylvania. And I'm
nowhere. We don't want anything to do with New Jersey. I'll take Pennsylvania. I like Pennsylvania. I don't want anything to do with New Jersey. And by the way, New York's a probational member of the Great Lakes states. Probation. You're on probation.
Can I ask the status of Wisconsin?
Great Lakes state. So is Minnesota.
We just want their cheese.
Why? What? Dude, what do you mean? Besides the fact that they make old fashions with brandy, they're a pretty good state.
Oh,
there's a lot of hefty women there that will step on your toes because they're drunk all the time. But besides that, wonderful state.
Well, you got to try to stay warm.
I'm not trying to stay warm.
Back on the layers. That's why I'm actually made for the wintry weather.
Oh man, dude, the best ever is. I very rarely had a drink knocked out of my hand. I had one of them knock the drink out of my hand and then look at me like it was my fault. And then she just strolled on and doesn't start cackling. The kids are playing Marvel Rivals. The children were demographics and comics never would have missed. Huh?
You can put up whatever comment you're reading so everybody knows.
Yeah, I try to follow Meyer's thing. If children were the demographic for comics, they never would have started incentive.
Yeah, the incentives. Well, that was a whole different. That was a different market.
What? We have water in Michigan. They don't have it down there. That's why your whole state's on fire. All right. What else we got?
The water.
Yeah. Well, you can drink the salt water. Okay, good luck with that.
It's the winds. What is this?
Mad Cave has canceled 4 of its 6
Flash hash.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was picking these up anyway.
Nah, you don't think Phineas and Ferb maybe? No?
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb would have been the one.
Yeah.
That's still on?
Flash hash. You know
exactly.
Kids...
You don't know. Just because it sounds kind of familiar to us.
I will tell you.
It's also a Disney property, so I figured it was a.
Well, this is what this is what I will tell you. The Flash Gordon Adventure, the art on that is something similar to the there is that age group between 6 and probably 9. Like they'll pick it off of. They'll do it on cover art alone.
Like Cat Dog or like the cat.
Yeah, same stuff. But there's also other books that are like that too. Not even like Dog Man.
What about King Arthur?
Yeah, that whoever somebody needs to be fired for that book.
What,
dude? Because you got King Arthur, and then you got for some reason the Power Rangers are on it.
Well, because that's Princess Guinevere and the Jewel Riders.
Jewel ride these nuts.
Wasn't that like a cartoon or toy line or something?
Bro, no shot.
No.
I'm pretty sure that King Arthur at least was.
King Arthur, yeah.
He also makes
that logo's familiar.
All right, move along.
Move along. The 2 books that they are not canceling is The Phantom and Speed Racer.
Both wow.
Choose from Mad Cave.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's a choice.
Speed Racer's got a lot of. For some reason, Speed Racer has some things happening. I don't know why.
He's got a lot of flair going on.
I saw a picture of a new Mach 5.
He's got a monkey in his trunk. That's why he got Chim back there.
Monkey in the trunk.
Okay.
That's
the Phantom.
Yeah, you got the guy in purple tights hiding in the jungle because that blends into the background.
Jungle with a coyote. Okay. Well, good luck, Mad Cave. Sorry.
That was a good movie by Billy Zane though back in the day.
And then Marvel has canceled second printings.
Ooh,
nice.
When we talk about second printings coming out, these are ones that have been canceled. Hellhunters 2, Wolverine 6, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 2, and Star Wars Legacy of Vader. I believe all of these had 1 in 25 incentives with them, and they all have, for now, been canceled.
Yep, they were like, tariffs. Fuck that.
Dude, the Ghost Machine books, Meyer, Ghost Machine books are really good, dude. Just really quickly, Meyer, I like some of my favorite week in and week out. I guess if you want to get into Rook, I would say G's because it's easy to get into Rook right now. It's easy to get into what's the other one that I really like? That's easy
Geiger?
to get into. Geiger's tough for him to get into. No, he can't get into.
It's got a longer history out there. Hyde Street's only got
Hyde Street's a banger. We'll cover this. Meyer, just give us a second. We'll cover it for you.
Yeah, we're going to do that review coming up next, I guess.
Yep, because that was our news.
I thought our news was supposed to be short this week, boys.
It was supposed to be, but you kept wanting to tell stories and tell us how Kevin Bacon is going to make.
Hey, let's go next segment. Take it or leave it, so we can get in talking about comics. Yeah, it's good. No, Meyer, it's really good. It's really, really good. I'll tell you this: the ones that I don't like in there, Redcoat's not my cup of tea. Either is
all right though. I kind of like.
What's the Rocketeers?
That one I didn't really like.
I don't mind.
Redcoat's got like if you like an Eternal Warrior kind of like a vibe of a historical dude can't die.
I like Geiger, and actually I was worried because they did the female Geiger. They just introduced her a couple weeks ago.
Woman.
2 weeks ago, yeah, glowing woman. And I was like, oh boy, they're about to tank this thing. No.
That book got hot. The second print, at least.
Well, she's hot. I mean, she's okay. I mean, like they did a good job. They did a good job with her in the book.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's get into I guess our reviews then, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to start off with Ghost Machine, coincidentally, as that's what I put in here.
Thank you for the setup, Meyer.
Yes, Hyde Street, number 4. At a Ghost Machine.
Okay. Meyer, don't start off with this book. Go back and read 1, 2, and 3 before you hit this book. But this book, holy. Did I what?
It's a play on words. Dandidio? Get it?
Didiot?
Thank you.
Let's try that again. Anyways, as we were saying, welcome to the show, Corbin.
Corbin?
No, Rook. That's why I said Rook. I like Rook. I like Rook. I think Rook
is pretty good. I do
Rook's
like
super good. Hyde's super good. But you can't read Hyde here. You have to start Hyde from number 1. Rook, you can kind of start wherever. Geiger, you can kind of pick up in the arcs. You're going to get the gist of Geiger. You just can't start Geiger right now. You could probably start him in another 4. But Hyde, what they did with this character, I thought was cool. I was actually worried. I started to read it.
Started off a little I was a little uneasy with the first.
I did, yeah. And I think, but here's the question with it: was your nervousness when it first came out that like, oh man, this thing's been hitting so many home runs, and this just kind of felt out of place?
Well, yeah, because you get that. Well, because that's usually how it works. If you get an anthology type book, like 1 out of every 4 is probably not going to be the greatest. And you thought, well, it's about time we get a miss. Like
this one, hey, bro, this was like, I don't know, man. This may be my favorite book.
It redeemed itself. Like
this may be my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, it redeemed itself as it got going. It's just the way that it started. I felt because I felt lost. I'm like, wait a second.
Don't worry about punctuation. No, I mean, I'm just telling you, like, this may flat out be like, I loved X-Ray Man. I loved what's his name, the little kid. I like them all. But then this, and I'm like, do you know the sad part? The sad part is this. I read this. Unfortunately, I need to leave this to the end. I read it before I read one of my other favorite series right now, the EC book. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
That's next.
Yeah, and it sucks because I think if I read that book first, I would have had higher praise for the EC book. But this one just came, it like surprised me. And then there's a thing I gotta talk to you about it afterwards. The voice at the end, did we see that in this book before?
The voice at the
I don't even want to talk about it. Not even gonna spoil it. Thumbs up. No. Done. I'm done.
All right. No, I enjoyed it as well. Like I said, I was worried at first, like the first couple of pages, because I thought, again, I felt like I missed something, and then I got into it, and it started moving at a better clip. But yeah, I would say start at one.
You can start at one with high.
There's second prints, there's later printings if you can't find first. Not that the first print is expensive or anything. No. You can still probably find that out there. You could find them. Definitely worth a read.
I will tell you about this book.
Corbin!
Wait, Dub's trying to talk.
I will tell you that when I start reading the book, I'm always confused because I forget. Like, it's been a while since I read some of the other ones. So I'm a little confused. But the art is, like, really good. Like, it's
super good.
Such good art. Is it Fabric that's doing the interiors? I don't know. I can't tell who does the interiors. Ivan Rice. Does he? Okay.
We got.
The art's fantastic, and I love the way the story goes. And like they throw some realism. Like there's posters for like real movies and stuff in there. And like I'm like, can they put that in there? Like, is that okay? But
it's like the whole. Yeah.
And then like the story keeps going, and then when you get to so this particular story takes place in the 40s or the 50s or whatever, and like it just kept going. I wanted to know what's on the next page, what's coming up, like, and then all of a sudden, like, you get this, and near the end, and it ties to something that happened in like 3 issues ago, or 2 or 3 issues. I don't remember where that was from, but like, oh, that's what is this guy doing? But yeah, it's really good. I wish I could like read it all at once because there's a lot of things in there that you have to.
Oh, the trade paperback for this is going to
be a good read.
The trade's going to be fire on this.
It's going to be so good because,
dude, how this guy went from what he looks like at the beginning to the book to what he looks like on the cover, just phenomenal. Did you read this? Did you read this, Don? Don idiot.
And Didiot.
Oh, yeah. I was like, is somebody here I missed? No. I did. I thought it was pretty good. I had to start at the beginning though, because this is my first issue or first one. It was okay. It was tragic. I like the colors in the book. Is it like, I don't know, is it Darkwing Duck #1? Probably not, but like are we reviewing that now? Okay.
No, we're not doing Darkwing Duck Volume 2 #1.
Okay, Pete. No, I'm playing. But no, it was really like, as far as a book I wouldn't normally read either, it was really good. Like, shout out to Jeff Johns and Ivan Reyes on that one, for real.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that you're finally reading some books that are good. All right.
Wow.
I think we're just telling you to go take this. This is a series. Again, this is what I was mentioning. Like, this is a series that
it's so good.
Oh, but then again, I could have said the same thing about this one we've already done 1 or 2 of these. I don't know if we did 2. But we
so this
is the first one.
Yeah, Cruel Kingdom. No, we did. We did 2. So Cruel Kingdom's the book. I mean, I enjoy Cruel Kingdom. It's typical EC. This book, I will say this week, I'm going to give it a thumbs. I actually like the cover story. I liked the cover story, which is the last story in the book. Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. I actually want to see more.
All right, but you didn't like the other 2.
No. That's not the case.
Okay.
What was
Which was this? Was it King Arthur?
King Arthur was in the middle. I think that was the middle.
That was
story.
mid. It was a decent story, but not.
Yeah,
great.
that was.
What was the first story again?
Dessert.
That was the chef. That was like the master chef,
the baker, the cook.
But with the little people.
Yeah. I wish they would have started off with this. This was the cover one's kind of like a sci-fi / Renaissance, like not Renaissance, medieval mashup, and I probably like that one the best.
But overall,
overall thumbs up.
Okay, yeah, I actually liked all three of these.
It does
look
like
all three of them, but I did like the master the chef one. It started off a little wonky, but then it took a turn. I was like, ooh, and it got a little interesting. And
it took classic pre-Cold Horror.
Yeah, you get that EC horror. The same thing in the King Arthur story. It takes a turn that kind of saves the story that was kind of mid before it got there. The turn helps. And then the last story wasn't bad. The one for this cover was pretty cool. So overall, I'm enjoying this series. I'm kind of mad it's only 4 issues. They're going to stop.
Oh, there's one more. It's done? Well, I don't know if they're going to stop. I have a feeling they're going to bring it back after how well this has been doing. Yeah,
but they are stopping after 4.
I will say that out of the 3, this is probably the weakest of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
I would also agree with that. I would also agree with that.
Did you, Don the Idiot? Did you? Did you read this?
Okay, you know what? It's nothing. Yes. No, I didn't finish it though. So I haven't read a lot of EC though. For someone who calls me the combo barbarian, like I'm kind of disappointed in my EC content. Consumption, but
not easy to track. It's not easy to find. Like,
and that's another thing. Yeah, and I try to buy it when possible too, and the funds just have not been funding. So yeah, you know, but yeah, I hope to finish it. But from what I did read, I would also give it a thumbs up.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's a fun anthology. Dub, did you get to it?
I did get to this one. The last story kind of reminded me of like Horizon Zero Dawn ish.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
The look of it, and the main character. That first one like really creeped me out, and I like kind of.
Were you getting some kitchen flashbacks on that one?
Yeah, right. I'm like, this is really weird. Yeah, kind of that, and kind of like a little bit of Arya from Game of Thrones with the guy with the bridge. That I don't remember his name.
The fleets with the pig pies.
Yeah, right. So that wait, who? No, not the guy with the bridge. The red wedding
tower
guy.
Oh, yeah, the Tullys. Not the Tullys. No,
not the Tullys. No, it starts with an F. The
those guys, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Freys.
Walter Frey, Walter Jr.
I got a little Walter Frey out of that, and then but it like definitely made me feel a little queasy. But thumbs up. You should read it because it's good. This is good. These are good comics. Like it's good
a good anthology is tough to beat.
Well, they've been doing a good job with it. So, all right,
now we'll go to the first of the big 2. Yes, I picked it because it was new number 1, and I was like, "Hey, Doctor Strange of Asgard. It's part of One World Under Doom. Come on, let's give it a shot."
You know what? It was a book. It was a book, and I read it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Did you?
A time was had. That's what I will say. A time was had.
I will freely admit there came a point where I just started skimming shit. I'm like, I'm just all right.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, Pete. Like I tried to read this and I got a little bit into it, and the art was difficult to get through, and then the number of words were just excessive, and it got really
not really interesting. Is what the story
is. It was not interesting at all. I didn't care.
Hey, Doom's got your cloak. Okay.
Great.
This is your plan to get it back.
So you feel like a dingus because he stole your stuff and you let him have it. So it's your fault.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just a sprawling book. Like I don't know why was this book made? This book was made to fall under the World of Doom under Doom initiative. Like I don't understand it. I mean, it was the librarian in me that finished it because once I start, I have to finish it. But
I got through the end.
I really could. Yeah. There's nothing more concerning to me than like artwork that's not like just jarring or not vibing. Like it just throws me off the book.
But that's the other thing. Like sometimes words can pick up bad art, or art can pick up bad words, but when both go wonky, then it's a chore. And the story and the art were just not.
You gotta have me a rack or a butt, but you can't give me none.
This is what I'll say.
So I'm down. All right. So what, Dub, Marco, before we get to not Dub, Marco, Dub, Dan Didiot, what are you guys giving your thumb?
I would not recommend for anybody to spend money on this.
Just pull on down.
Yeah.
Half down.
Hey, Don Idiot, what are you giving it?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I gotta give love to a creative team for trying. So
no, you don't.
Okay, down.
He can do what he wants. It's his choice. It's his vote.
You know what?
He could wipe his camera screen down because he looks like he's in 420p while everybody else is in 1098. Okay.
How we doing?
Yeah, it's better. All right.
Back and blacker than ever. But yeah, no. I'm gonna give.
I don't know. You look really washed out, Corbin. Like everything's really like you have a white filter on, like on your whole camera.
Whoa.
Okay,
like a smoke filter. Not.
Can you see that? Okay, let me double check something.
No, we're not gonna do that right now.
No, double check. Just give me your grade.
You got thumb down on it.
Oh, okay, thumb down. Sorry.
This is what I'm gonna say. I at first was about to throw shade at this book, but I did that last week at one of these Doom books, and it turned out to be decent. This was not decent. This is worse than toilet paper. Like, this is trash, and the people who did this should be embarrassed. Just be embarrassed because your mom's embarrassed with you putting out crap like this. So that's all I got.
I think that's enough.
All right. What's next?
You basically told them they brought shame on their household.
Did you read this book?
I did. I'm trying to be nice about it.
I mean, they should actually give a public apology for this book.
At least they tried.
You want them for your $5? You come to your house and say,
speaking of trying.
I'm sorry, man. I owe you. I owe you a burger. Or something.
Don't do that. Speaking of trying, what?
All right, what's the next book?
Here's our last new release.
Best for last. Today. I love that.
Secret Six.
Yeah.
Hey, what's not as good as the New Avengers and Teen Titans? Secret Six.
And this is like a bunch of people who don't really. I mean, this is not the real Secret Six. It's like a new Secret Six.
Well, there's two.
There's
two of the OG. That's the thing. I was a fan. I liked the first couple runs. There's like 2 volumes, I think, of Secret Six. I like the first volumes of Secret Six, but this is not that. Even the 2 that we are right here, full, our Catman and our Deadshot that are OG originals. They just last panel pop up on us, like, so I can't even really say, oh, they saved the story.
Well, one of them's dead, so they can't save the story.
Well,
no. Let Dan Idiot tell us something about this book.
So I don't think y'all understand that this book is a tremendous progression for Nicole Main's writing. Newer characters involved, a powerful dialogue is there. You really feel invested as a reader. The writer showed a willingness to take chances, and I think we have to give her credit for that. No, I'm kidding.
Award for doing a fucking job. Okay.
I didn't hate the book. I thought the artwork was okay. I thought the book was solid.
If this was a Marvel title, you would have crapped all over it. This was dog. I'm not going to let you do this.
The art wasn't bad. The art wasn't bad. The art wasn't bad.
I think the bickering was kind of annoying between them. It definitely felt kind of forced. I don't know. I thought Steven Segovia's art was
Gossamer, bickering or whatever. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know what they were fighting about.
Dude, this was
an ignorance on my part.
Hold on.
I don't think the structure made a whole lot of sense either.
No. This was a dumpster fire on sale with somebody who tried to put it out by drinking a fifth of 8-Ball and then peeing the 8-Ball straight out his tiny wiener. This shit was terrible. Excuse my language again. There was nothing good in this book. Not a thing. Just because you use bright covers, just because
artwork was solid. You got to give the artwork some credit.
The art wasn't
bad. Solid. It was solid. I do think that the sniping between Jay and Dreamer was dumb. I'm annoyed by Jay as a character, though. I have been from the beginning.
First off, the dream of Dreamer was dumb.
Well, yes, I didn't understand that either.
Well,
also,
her characters.
How did that JLU card that he have give Jay access to every prisoner? I didn't understand that. Like,
and how did you understand anything in this book?
Well, because I have a brain, I can think a little bit.
No, please. All they did was put shiny, bright colors on there for you, and you went, great.
Well, it is nice and listen. I gotta give listen, here's the thing.
Okay, well, go grab a turd, shine it up real quickly, and that's what you got.
But you can't shine a turd. Like, I hate
exactly. Even if you put shiny coloring on it, you can't shine a turd. This is a turd.
Okay. I'm gonna say at least they try. I'm gonna give a crooked thumbs up.
You can
try to give it a crooked thumb. Explain to me how Black
People
Alice.
People pay money for this.
Wait, explain to me how Black Alice, who the characters have been around at least 20 years now, looks like she's a little girl in a League of Legends video game.
Like, good lord.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Yeah, that's true. Also, why hasn't Dreamer just needs to apologize for her part in Jay's mother dying?
Remove his thumb. He doesn't. If that's crooked. That's an illegitimate answer.
No, I don't know. I get what you mean. I'll give it a wow.
You can give a crooked thumbs up. You're fine with that. Okay. If that's what you say, that's your vote.
But he said it was terrible, and then he gave it a crooked thumbs up.
He liked the art.
I like the art, and I like the idea. Like, when's the last time we saw Secret Six? It's been, what, 5 years?
It's been longer than that, I think.
Maybe, yeah. What, 2016, 2021? One of those two. I can't remember the dates.
I like the idea that one day they might actually write a good book. Okay.
Well, I like the idea that it could be better and that the writing, you're right. Okay, fine, whatever.
If you're saying you like the idea that the book could be better, that means the book sucks.
All right.
Thumbs down. Don't waste your money.
Shout out Nicole Maines. You didn't do a good job here, but I have hope.
I'll still give you a crooked. I'll give you the crooked.
There we go. I'll take that.
What about you, Dub?
I didn't read this one.
Don't bother.
What?
No, waste your time.
Dub, take a chance. I'm just kidding. Dub.
No. When the DC guy says, like, yo, you didn't do a good job, I love you anyway.
Save your $4. You don't, yeah. My Secret Six got me all excited. I'm like, Secret Six! And like,
I remember talking about this.
But you know what? I just realized Nicole Maines, I was like sitting there going, I've seen her in a few things. She played Dreamer on the show Supergirl.
So that qualifies her to write this book?
That sounds like an explanation why this was a hot mess.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Good. Read it, Meyer. Read it.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got next?
At the beginning. It's an interesting ride.
What do we got next?
Well, that's it for our new stuff.
Oh, good.
So I get to run our thing, and we get to go back in the day and look at some of that old stuff. All right. So, for our retro reviews, following up on that Secret Six, Marco got all excited and wanted to go way back in the detective catalog and get us all to check out that first Catman story.
Detective Comics, baby.
Detective 311.
The best to ever do it. That's a joke.
I find these entertaining.
There's something.
No, I find them entertaining. It's not great.
Adam West.
It's not great. It's like they're. Yeah, I mean,
it's like an Adam West Batman episode. It's kind of
absolutely. It's kind of funny, like an Adam West Batman. I like these. I mean, especially too. You got that he rides the Catmobile.
He's got a Catmobile all of his own, and he's got
all his other stuff.
Got little leaping powers that the cat car can jump.
Yeah, technically they say this isn't the first Catmobile. I get it, but it's the first Catmobile, I would say. But either way, like the colors are funny. They're bright. It's great. They got the little dotism going on there, and the story, although sometimes a little wordy for no reason, and they expand. I mean, there's a lot of word bubbles all over the place that don't need to be there, and in very odd shapes, I might add. However,
I love the arrows. They got arrows that tell you what panel to. In case you weren't aware how to read a comic book, go to the bottom panel.
Hey,
it'll go right.
I like not all these are great. Not all Detective Comics are great, and they don't.
No, I think most are, but
Thanks for your input, Don idiot. But here we go. But this one, I mean, these are funny. I like these characters when they bring in these, like, I mean, obviously Catman turned out to be a little bit more important to, which it really shouldn't. They should, what's the guy's name? They should make it like Puck, right? Like it should be kind of funny and you know that you made a terrible character, but keep playing it that way, right? They tried to make it more important.
Catman, they made him into something. No Secret Six, that Villains United stuff, like they made him into a character that you took seriously in a weird kind of.
Yeah, I know, but I like this more playful. This is more of a playful book. A thumbs up. I mean, I still think it holds up. I think it's hilarious. I think if they would remaster some of these and just re-put them out, you could get kids to read these again. Add a little bit of foil on the cover or something. I don't know. Thumbs up. Liked it. Also, plus, there's a good Martian the Manhunter story in the back.
The Martian Manhunter story now.
With the two Marshes with the afros?
Yeah, that why the hell?
Hold on. Okay, maybe a little. You probably got to change that around because yes, you're right. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not sensitive.
You're the one who introduced that. Once you introduced the backup story or the other story, I'm like, hold on.
I like the story, but maybe the artwork and what you were trying to make those aliens look like.
It was too weird. Aliens. Why
maybe we got to touch those
like jewelry stores?
Maybe we got to touch those up too. Maybe we got to touch that up too. Hey, it's okay. You just can't do shit you did 60 years ago, right? Like it's not you just can't.
I would not recommend remastering this and releasing this for children.
You don't have to.
I don't think that's a good idea.
The Catman story, I think, is. And by the way, there's nothing wrong. Like the intention of the Martian the Manhunter isn't poor.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask Dub and I'm gonna ask Dan Didiot there in a second. I'm still gonna give it the crooked thumbs up because this is what comic books were at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna put my modern expectations on.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean,
all I'm saying is
stereotypically racist.
I got the goofiness of the Batman story. The Martian Manhunter story it was just weird for weird sake. Like these aliens robbing places, and he chases them down, and he's got like little teddy bear people he's helping, and then meanwhile there's like a recolored of the alien bad guys, but he's not a bad guy.
That's not the problem that I had. I like that part. I just don't like how they portrayed the aliens so much. But go ahead.
I was like, what the hell is going on? Your lasers don't hurt me. My strength punch you. But I'll give it a crooked. Because again, this is what comics were.
Did anybody else get through this?
I could barely get through this book. It was almost unreadable. I would give it a thumbs down, but it did pave the way for books like Secret Six. So I'm gonna give it a crooked thumbs up as well.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, go hide. Get your face out of here. Get out of here.
It's all right. Stand by what you said. That's fine.
Okay, it was an okay book.
I didn't love it either.
That's a way to put 3 toes in there, Don, idiot. But go ahead.
I will say this. It's so interesting reading older books and really seeing how comics have been presented through history, right? And how they were looked at. Honestly, that was a book. The story was one that I could see you taking that floppy, reading it, sticking in your pocket to run to recess or something. And nowadays it'd be worth like, you know what I mean? Like in terms of now you have all these events and people are like anxiously pulling over to read it. This felt like, okay, a book to look at for a minute, So I think it's always interesting looking at books through the lens of history. Especially seeing how we view them now, right? As moneymakers. So that's why I give it a quick thumbs up.
I don't remember I don't remember who it was. There was a commenter on my Monday show where I talk about the new releases who commented about Daredevil 1, the facsimile last week. And they're like, oh, it's a great story. And you remember we reviewed that last week.
No, that one didn't hold up. That one's not good.
It's like
what makes this one hold up for you?
No,
I thought it was fun. Well, this is why, because I thought
this silly. This is different. This was just kind of silliness of the era. Like
no. Because hold on, slow down. Because Junior, you were introduced to this character on the second volume of Secret Six, so you got the serious. Yeah, I'm calling Corbin Jr.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. I'm old.
Catman, right? So you have no appreciation for history or the origin of the story. Where some of us comic readers.
I'm a comic reader.
No, yeah, but like some of us who are more vested in comics in our life appreciate that version of it as the original version. And that, you know what? Reading comics does bring back a tiny bit of nostalgia where every book doesn't have to be serious, and DC nowadays where you got to put 80,000 words in it and oh my God, we got to do this and that. Like you could just enjoy reading a book and having a story that, a cat jumps on top of a cat and kidnaps a bat woman and ties her up like it's the railroad tracks and jumps in a cat car.
Good old Nancy Kane. Yeah.
Yeah. It just Corbin. We're of an era where this kind of Batman, again, I make the joke, the Adam West Batman. No, it was not a new television show for us. It wasn't the weekly show we stayed up to watch. It was the rerun show that was on all the time for us. So I watched the reruns and the replays of Gilligan's Island and fucking Batman. And I saw episode after episode. So it was something that it did become ingrained in me.
But also, too, like I'd rather read this than read anything Liefeld ever did.
No,
I'd rather read this.
That's a different story.
No. Not. I'd rather read this than the majority of the 90s stuff that we were getting. Like,
okay.
And it's not a knock, but like this at least is entertaining. And I'm not saying all the 90s stuff because the X-Men stuff I love. I'm just saying like I'd rather read this than a lot of DC schwap that gets thrown out there. They're like I do think sometimes comic books try to take themselves too seriously. DC was not. They were just trying to entertain, and this is entertaining. I mean, I get it. Maybe not for you, but I thought it was.
Dub, did you get to this
one? I did, and I had comments, but you guys covered pretty much all of it.
I kind of figured.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Nice.
Like I figured we were kind of just yelling.
Well, Dub knows good quality comics.
This is a Silver Age DC book. Sheldon Moldoff, Bill Finger. I mean, like, what?
Thank you.
What's I can't say anything about it. There's nothing bad to say about it.
What about the Martian Manhunter
12-cent DC?
I don't read.
You don't get Detective Comics for the Martian Manhunter.
All right.
It
was still a good.
Well, you do before he showed up, so you do, but
it was still at least a nickel of your 12 cents paid for that Martian Manhunter story.
I think Catman was fantastic. I think it was a good story. This book is just it's a good book. 12-cent DC. I mean, come on.
Okay.
All right. Well, Marco brought up Liefeld. Not that Liefeld had anything to do with this particular issue, but this team is his fault. So X-Force 116.
But this
Why
is
are we talking about this one?
No, okay, because this is first for. We'll tell you later. Groups are there. But here's the deal. This run is wild. This became ecstatic, but like this run in itself. So this happened. This is still what Pete is saying is because what is this 113? I think somewhere
16.
around there 130, 116.
16.
Just at the end of you had Liefeld's run, right? But then you had who took over after that, and then all of a sudden you gave this to Mulligan, and it's like completely different. It like the art style's wild, dude. People. There's just dead body spray parts everywhere. There's literally women and dudes' crotches all in this book, and it's like completely different.
Yeah, there's some hot tubbing, and this brand new team. Only a couple
like when
make it through.
When you talk about some of the stuff that happened in the Deadpool movie, including one of the characters that premieres in here, Zeitgeist, like it is that is very. How do you say this guy's name? Milligan.
Peter
Milligan.
That
is Peter Milligan, like Ask X-Force. Like that's actually where it comes. It's funny because of Lie Dump, like him always talking about how he created stuff. But literally, some of the funny moments in Deadpool that people remember are not even close to his X-Force. The X-Force scene you see in that movie is very reminiscent of this run right here, which did not have Deadpool in it, mind you. Didn't have Deadpool in it.
Fair point.
So that's why we're reading it. That's why we're reading it, Pete, because we're letting people know. And wow, this is terrible, and it's absolutely amazing. It is horribly great. I enjoy it. I enjoy this. I did not quite enjoy Ecstatic when they brought it back out. I thought they missed the tone completely of this storyline. And by the way, I'm not quite sure you can ever redo this. The magic that this is.
I don't think you could. And I will also admit that the first time I got this, when they made that change and they made that shift, I didn't like it at first because I didn't get it. It took a little while. It took a little bit of seasoning. It took a little bit of me growing up also to appreciate what they did here. So
you'll feel that again with another reading of Secret Six.
I don't think that I will. Not that Secret Six. I'll go back and read my OG Secret Six.
Did anybody else get to read this?
I unfortunately did not.
I skimmed through it today. I've read this book before. This is Mike Allred art. I am a fan of Allred. And this was one of the books that like kind of was on the radar before because it was there's no comics code on there. Right, so this was one of the ones.
Yeah.
This was like a big deal at the time, and so this is why you see some of those things.
right there on the book. Hey kids, look, no code.
Oh, nice. There you go. So I remember this was a big deal at that time. For the first time, they weren't putting the comics code on there or something like that.
There's also something very interesting. One of these copies comes with a warning in the left corner. That's a parent.
Oh, the newsstand.
Like they did the rap video. This is the rap cassette tape thing. Parent advisory on it.
Yeah, yes. The newsstand does have the warning label on the front.
That's awesome.
Spoiler alert for later.
For the hot tubbing.
I mean, as much as I like Allred's art, some of the style of some of these characters, I don't know who these characters are. There's like the one guy who throws up all the time.
Zeitgeist.
And there's like the people who like they have their faces like half covered. Like if you look at these people, the one guy has the bottom face covered. Some girl has a top of her face covered, and somebody else has another part of it. It's like a weird costume.
Well, the one guy in the middle gives you like creepy massages that might give you orgasms, but we don't know.
That was massaging that guy's brain.
It was a chick, and she was
the throw up guy is doing the hurdle over the ram head.
Yeah. Oh, no, but the guy on the top, he's like his power is to like
So it's kind of like the dude from Judge Dredd, the masseuse who can give you orgasm by
touching a certain spot. But he doesn't do that. He like does this ghost thing and like gives you
So the Justin Tucker.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, go ahead.
I liked, like there was times in this book that like you said, there was dead body. I mean, this is a 20-year-old book, right? Like it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
There's like dead bodies in there. There's like guts hanging out. There's like just a bunch of just not stuff you expect to see in an X title or X-Force, X-Men related book.
Yeah,
it was wild, bro.
Not to spoil it, but only a couple of characters make it out of this first issue.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not telling you which ones.
Don't worry, we will later when we get it under the radar.
Yeah.
So I will give
Rennavision After Dark.
A crooked thumbs up for this.
Crooked up. Yep. But still, that is still a go and check this out. Overall,
this
fun. Was a different take on a team we all thought we knew with all new characters and just took us to a different place.
Yeah. All right. What do we got next?
Up next, well, we have our streaming stuff, which isn't a lot this week. Like we don't have a lot.
We've been asked to get to this. Yeah.
Quality for quantity, though.
But where is my? I
What'd you
make
say?
An intro for this? There it is. I was looking for my intro. I was like, I know I made something for this. But we have just our new to Disney Plus this week. That's all we decided to cover. Didn't want to go through too much stuff, so we are just going to, without trying to spoil it, cover Daredevil, which premiered yesterday at 9 p.m. for everyone. Well, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So episodes 1 and 2 dropped for Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I can.
Are we still going to try not to spoil this?
I think give a warning.
No, we can not spoil it.
What?
I would say that.
Already typed it.
Didn't you go on to Bruce's show to go talk about it?
No, I fell asleep.
Not me.
It's your own fault.
I would say that. You know what? It stunk. The first episode wasn't. when they first came out with HD TVs, my brother-in-law was trying. He loves TVs and stuff like that all the time. He's like, "Oh, it's gonna be so great because sports look real, and this you guys need to buy one." When the HD TVs were like $4 or $5 grand, and I looked at the thing and they had Star Wars, and I go, "It looks like Star Wars is in the what's the thing where they shoot the movies? You know, like you could see the stage behind it. Like it makes the figures look like the stage.
Like green screen?
No, not green screen. No, like in the sound stage. It looks like they're like, they're in the, they did. I was like, it doesn't look. Yeah, it looks real, but I want my movies to look like movies. I want my TV shows to look like TV shows. They did two things in this first episode that I just thought were extremely distracting. One, it looked like that. Two, they made it smoky for no reason. They used that overlay smoke / grayness. Even my wife made a comment. She's like, "Is there a way we can lighten this up? It does not look good." So that I think just took away from the first episode. However, they changed it in the second episode, so I'm okay with it. I like it. I'm going to watch season 2.
I like the first episode.
I think there may have been a reason for that, though, with the smoky overlay.
I know there is, but I don't like it.
Right? It's the time. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I just don't like it. Just like, come on.
Ambiance.
Exactly. It's supposed. I mean, especially when they kind of zero out to showcase Daredevil's perception.
Here's number two. Not for me, but a comment from the wife. Am I supposed to know who that guy is? They did not. They did a poor job for people who maybe don't remember the Netflix series that is how old now?
Well, that's the problem. How long do people have to watch? It's been 7 years. Like, if you didn't know, I think that's on you. Who goes into a show that says it's coming off of a series that came from 2015 to 2018?
Well, hey, Don, idiot. I'm not sure everybody's got your time of luxury. And
it's not even time of luxury. It's just like, hey,
if there's a new show coming out, hold on now. No, hold on now. Hold on now,
no, because my coworker said the same thing. I'm like, you had 7 years.
So they're missing. Hold on now. That doesn't sound like a them problem. If it's multiple people in different areas, that sounds like a their problem, not a them problem.
I can't disrespect them because I have too much respect for you and your wife. So I'm not going to say that. But for them, I'm going to call my coworkers because they're different. That is just
they're part of the same thing.
Wait. Hold on.
No,
time out.
That's
before
the
you guys
I'm saying a Marvel problem.
Yeah, no. Before you get in this argument of backstory and all that, honestly, ask yourself, does that matter? I understand. You might want to know Bullseye. You might want to know who Bullseye is and his intentions of why he's doing this. But realistically, does it matter all that much?
Yes.
Does it change the story? Why?
Yes, it matters. Not change the story. Why? Okay, I will tell you. Just stop saying why, and I'll tell you. It matters because just like Don Idiot's fellow employee, if you go in something and have no clue what the premise is,
whose fault is that?
Stop. If it's a new show, it's their fault, not the person watching it, the person who produced the show. They should have given context. If you go into a show and you can't figure out what the context is, how long do you want to wait to figure out what the hell the context is? Nobody's going to watch a show for 20 minutes to figure out the context or one whole episode. That's why, Pete.
No. But I think you missed the point of it. We also don't know why he did what he did exactly.
Right, but we're okay with it because
again, who else is in the show? Was he hired to do what he did? Was what he did just for revenge? Why did he target this? But why did he do what he did?
But you already but hold on. Yeah. If you know who the character is, all those questions go through your mind.
Hold on.
I'm saying to the general public.
No, you don't get to shorthand shit going to comics, know who the character is, and yell at poor Corbin.
No. Hold on. He showed up in the Netflix show. He showed up in the previous Netflix show, so we know who he is.
You're missing my point.
No.
My point is for what happened in this episode, it doesn't really matter. Right now, to appreciate what happened in the first episode of what happened, you don't have to know the why, because a lot of shit happens in our world, real world, fake world. There's no real good why somebody did this kind of action. The fact that this happened is action enough to tell this story. We can get the backstory of why later in this series.
Not what I'm saying. I think you're missing it completely. you are thinking it through the prism of your POV. What?
No, I'm thinking of the prism from anybody's point of view.
No, well, you're incorrect because people.
How am I incorrect?
Because people are saying they didn't understand it. They felt lost and they didn't want to watch it.
Your wife and 3 of my coworkers have said that.
So that's 4 people. That's as many people are on this poll.
And a sea of people who knew the show was coming. That was coming off.
Okay, hold on.
Daredevil.
That's 4 people, as many as on this panel right now, buddy. So
I have a question for you.
Go ahead, please.
I have a question, Mark.
Please don't.
So you knew the show was coming out, right?
Sure.
That was going to premiere yesterday. You knew that.
Sure.
And so you watched it yesterday.
Sure.
Okay. And your wife watched this show with you.
Sure.
So whose responsibility is that
5 minutes.
to make sure that she knows what she's doing before she gets into it?
Hold on. Since when do you have to do homework to watch a show?
If you're reading
comic
history.
From now on, we have to do. Hold on. So now on, we have to do homework to watch a show.
No, that's my point.
That's what
Doug
just said.
If you wanted, if she needed to know who this guy was, which all you had to do was say to her,
"Wait, why are you
guys?" No, she asked, "Who am I supposed to know who this guy is?"
That's not what she said. She said, "This makes no sense. I don't know if I'm going to watch the rest of this." That's what
you didn't explain it to her beforehand because
why would I have to explain a new show to somebody? That's not how shows work.
Because it's not. It's a new show coming off of an older show. It's not. It might as well be season 4.
Swear to God, if I have to explain to you how new shows work, I'm gonna start swearing. You gotta be kidding me with this.
It's
not a new show.
It's think of it as season 4. In fact, I think that's what the producers even said. That's why they even brought the original cast back and are spinning events. Yep, 7 years. 7 years. Talk to Disney. Talk to Netflix. That's why it took so long.
I don't have to talk to.
You gotta talk to somebody because you're not talking to your wife didn't know.
Talk to your coworkers that all told you the same thing.
They're numbers.
We're not even in the same state. If people are saying that, not in the same state,
and they're dummies. I'm not calling you your wife dummies, but they're dummies that don't know their content.
Marco, just for a second. Think of what he's saying. Think of what he's saying. This is not a brand new show. This is a continuation. They made it very clear. It was a continuation.
Very clear.
I'm just bringing that up.
Not to the general. Once again, not to the general public. Apparently,
general public.
General public is not for people.
The general public is not for people. Hating the show. At one point, I was defending the show. I was getting ready to defend against Don Idiot down there, and now he's the general public is not for people. And I'm going, listen. That's not even my opinion on this show. I don't care.
But you're bringing it up. It's the same thing as if you go into Captain America 4 and not seeing the first three movies, whose fault is that?
Thank you.
No, hold on. Oh you should be able to understand the basis. That's why they do the first.
Someone died. That was the basis.
What I'm saying is the basis of why Bullseye did what.
And I know you just did bring up Captain America. That just
put up Joe's comment. Put up Joe's comment.
They said 10 minutes this week. 10 tickets.
Not that. Well, that one you could put the next one. I was thinking. Exactly. Done. Moving on. Someone died. If you don't know that, go back and watch Daredevils 1 through 3. I guess you should say spoiler alert because apparently people don't know what happens. I'm sorry. Did you know Bullseye was a character that existed?
I'm sorry that all you losers sit at home by yourself and watch the TV show.
Not losers. Educated comic consumers.
I don't care. No,
educated. We are not.
Hey, hold on. You just called Detective Comics a Silver Age Key a garbage book. So let's not.
It was a garbage book.
It was a garbage book. Okay. Number 2, I'm glad that you think that this is only written for us, but here's how that doesn't succeed. It's supposed to be inclusive.
I'm sorry. Disney Plus on their Marvel up until, and I know because I kept checking the Marvel page on Disney Plus up until Daredevil Born Again was released. If you click on Marvel, up until Daredevil Born Again was released, Daredevil, the original series, was what they were promoting the entire time. So if you are just going to blindly go, I guess I'm going to watch Daredevil, blindly miss everyone who mentioned it, and then click on that, that's on them.
Hold on. So you said this is season what?
Think of it as season 4.
Okay, cool. You know what they do at the beginning of every season?
Previously on Daredevil, I'm sorry, it was 18 million YouTube videos that did that.
Oh, so wait.
You didn't say nothing, Brett.
So now, wait. I don't know why I'm defending this. I didn't have a problem with that. I just had a problem with the smokiness and that they used the green screen thing.
You keep arguing.
That's not. Well, I'm defending his co-workers at this point.
They're dumb.
Why are you defending his co-workers?
Because they have a point.
No, they have a point. No, they do not. They're dummies, and I said that to them. I said, I'm sorry, there's 4 seasons of it. I made them laugh. I said there's 4 seasons.
I don't understand how you could defend the point. Like, if there were 3 seasons of a show before this one, and you didn't watch them,
but they didn't give a recap. No.
They don't have to give a recap. There's 4 seasons.
They do it in.
But there are.
By definition, you idiot. That's why they give a recap. They do it in every show. I bet you your Seinfeld Friends show they did recaps.
This isn't television, though.
Nope.
This isn't television. This is
yes,
streaming.
it is.
No, this is streaming.
Holy
that
shit.
shit's
Okay. Hold on.
Oh my
Witcher.
gosh.
Did you finally watch Witcher? Witcher's streaming. It's only been streaming, and they give a recap.
But there's also separate options to click on recaps. Like that shit's available for you to go and watch.
Episode 2 gives a recap of episode 1 if you were interested, Marco. Episode 2 of Daredevil Born Again.
No, it was smoky before that, Joe. Joe, it's smoky before that. Shut up, Joe. It's smoky before that. They use that gray smoke all the fucking way over the place. Shut up. Shut up, you. Shut up, you. Shut up, all 3. Except for Dom. Dom ain't saying shit, so he doesn't have to shut up. Excuse my language.
Oh,
no,
boy.
But hey, Dom Didiott's got the same smokiness going on in his camera right now that the damn show did for the first episode.
And it still worked. Okay, it's still fire.
I enjoyed this. This is up my alley. I like
my camera.
I like the first 3 seasons and this 4th season.
Wait,
I was gonna give this a full thumbs up.
3 seasons.
Now, after your guys' conversation, I was gonna have this as a full thumbs up. Now, after your conversation, I'm almost giving it a crooked thumbs down because I was like, all right, I can get past the smokiness and the crappy the HD. But now after you guys said what you said with the pure ignorance that you guys are spitting out,
we are not talking ignorance on a. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So what I will say about this show, I was responsible, and when I went into watching this show, I talked to my wife about it a few days ago. Hey, this Daredevil show is coming up.
Oh, get out of here!
She's like, I haven't seen the first 3 seasons.
Okay.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Same for my wife.
I did the same, honestly.
Let me think about that, and maybe have to watch this with it. So I watched the show by myself because I knew she would be lost going into it by not having watched the first 3 seasons.
Way to mansplain something to your wife. Good job. Congratulations. Welcome to 2025.
I didn't mansplain anything.
Well, mansplain it.
I'm sorry. My wife is confused. I'm just like,
you don't know what that
they should have given a recap. Like.
They should have. If they did a recap, now I didn't even think about that. Would have been great.
Seasons. You had 3 seasons before that. Anyway, go back, Dub. Sorry. Good job. Continue your.
Not everybody got Comic Barbarian free time, bro.
I don't have Comic Barbarian free time. I just watched it when it came out and knew what was coming in, and I knew what to expect. That's all. Listen.
Right. But it's been 7 years, so
and
if you need a reminder,
you have 7 years to catch up.
By the way, saying being responsible and acting like you're changing a baby's diaper should not be a prerequisite for watching a fucking streaming show. Don't excuse my language. You guys fucking deserve that one.
You could have YouTube Daredevil. You
deserve both of them.
You could YouTube Daredevil right now and go, what did you need to know? There was 10-minute ones. There was 13-minute
Are we doing
ones.
both? Let's stop with this. Are we doing both episodes or are we just doing it as a combined?
Just do it as combined.
A crooked thumbs up then. The second episode was great. I love the second episode. I thought it was really good.
Wow.
Looking forward to third part.
I'm giving it a thumbs up. I thought the first was great. I thought the second had some pacing issues, but it was good.
You didn't like the second one better?
I did not like the second one better. No, I thought that they kind of rushed things along with White Tiger. Is
crack free in Colorado or?
You know, Marco, I know you ain't the one talking after.
You guys had your time. Dub, what do you got? What you got?
I thought the show. I wasn't expecting what happened at the beginning, but it did everything like it was supposed to do. It set up the story. It gave me reason why Matt's feeling the way he is, where he's at in his life, what's going on with him. Right after that first few minutes, I knew what was going on and where he was at. And then it did the thing and jumped. And then the second episode, I really liked most of the stuff that we saw in the trailer. We've already seen now in these first couple of, I don't know if there's a couple other things, maybe there probably is, but most of it has already been done. Them sitting there. Yeah, that right. That was but them sitting, talking, having the conversation. You saw they did the right thing by giving us the costume right off the bat, and then so you got that, and then
they could take it away
for a while. Then they took it away, which is fine because we got it right away. And then I don't know if one of the things that I did, I actually rewound something because I saw these yellow signs that were when somebody was on a rooftop or a building, and those signs were actually for Rogers the Musical, which was really funny. I laughed really hard when I saw that.
I might need to tell Marco where that came from, though. But yeah.
But I thought that was funny. I liked.
They didn't give a recap to explain what Rogers the Musical was.
Right, there was no recap for that. So
that's considered an Easter egg. You don't need to You guys are idiots. You guys are just idiots. You guys are idiots.
And then I watched the second episode. I did not watch the recap for the first episode before I watched the second episode, but I knew what was going on.
Hey, guess what? There was though. There was a recap,
but I skipped it, so I didn't watch it. So, but it was still good though.
So they'll do that, but they won't do it for 7 years.
There's a thing called a new season, Marco. So you want to recap for the new people joining in the new season. But I'm sorry, that happened for number 1. Then number 2 recaps will happen number 1. If you go to season 3 after the first one, the number 2 recaps will happen in number 1. That's just kind of how that works. But
yeah, usually, except for when you get taken a 7-year hiatus, apparently no need for recaps. Good, gotcha. Okay.
I'm sorry, but exactly what did you want the recap to tell you?
I don't know. I think you want the recap to be seasons 1 through 3.
I don't know why I'm defending Corbin's coworkers here.
Full thumb up,
but I understand when Corbin.
I don't know why either, because they're dummies.
When Corbin's gonna come to work and he's gonna get a shit sandwich. I just okay.
It's a full thumb up. I'm looking forward to. I like what I saw. It wasn't perfect, but it's good. And I like the tone of the show. I like where this is going. And I'm looking forward to the next episode. So thumb up for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe Marco was looking for this. Maybe he needed the crawl.
Episode 4. Daredevil Born Again.
Once again, I think you're misunderstanding. If
Buster Poindexter is still
if you want this to be a success
and recover from his broken back, yeah.
Once again, I'm not saying that I had a problem with it at all. Obviously, I gave it a crooked thumbs up. I'm saying in general, if you want, instead of calling your coworkers, I don't ever think that's a good idea. Idiots, maybe. They should have done a recap for those.
They were for that, and I told them. My boss, who runs an entire library, knew the catch up on all 3 seasons. She was with me.
Right,
she's like, "Yeah, how do you not know that?" I'm like, "Yes,
yeah, because you mother bleepers apparently got all day long.
No, multitasking is a thing. My boss,
bro, you got 5 old people coming to your library a week. That's it. If you can't tell grandma to go take her insurance, you're fine. Okay, next.
At the end of the day, though, the question that was asked was, should I know who this person is? And the answer is no. It doesn't matter who it was. It's just some guy who did what he did, and it could have been anybody. It could have been
for this story. It ultimately doesn't matter. Irrelevant. This lends in the Easter egg, like you said.
Elektra. Anyway,
if you knew the backstory, that's extra. But it really doesn't matter. It doesn't change.
Once again, here. I would think you would be right, but apparently. The people.
I don't give a shit what strangers who talk to Corbin asked him. That has nothing to do with me.
It's not just
you keep acting like there's some huge community of people. 3 dudes at his work, and your wife not knowing who the fuck Bullseye is.
No, I'm telling you that people got lost from the get-go. I don't understand how hard a concept that is. Then you literally go, it's great. The second episode had a recap. The thing that you said that the first episode for some fucking reason couldn't have.
People who got lost should have been watching.
Next, go. I'm done with Daredevil. This is so stupid. This isn't even a good bit.
My point.
You guys are horrible.
What are you talking about?
Dumb idiot.
Arguing nonsense.
You're the one. I don't even know who you're arguing for. They're not.
You guys are. Just the nonsense that's coming out of your mouth.
The panel disagrees.
No. This is why you cannot watch the finished Witcher yet or Sandman. I get it.
What?
I finished Sandman,
and I didn't want to watch either of them.
And I didn't need a recap to do it.
Isn't that DC title for one of those?
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
It's under some heavy. Anyway,
we got nothing. That was it. We just watched the one show this week.
Why did we waste so much time on that?
Because you wanted to argue and defend the faceless.
I kept trying to tell you it doesn't matter, but you wanted to keep arguing.
It does.
Well, I just don't understand why Corbin's co-worker. Like, who cares?
That's not. No, I'm saying in general.
In general,
4 people. Your wife, which we can't speak on, like you should have done a better job with
5
her.
people.
I guess I don't know. And then my 3 idiot coworkers who I already said they were. And
you can't. Hold on. Let's stop for a second. You can't see why it might be a good idea if you haven't. Like Deadwood's the perfect example. Hold on. Actually, there's plenty of perfect examples.
No. There's a reason why you don't recap 3 seasons, because you don't want to be beholden to everything that came before either.
Especially that it's coming from Netflix to Disney, and there's some differences.
You want to
don't know why.
Hold on. You're not going to talk out of both sides of your asses. You're not going to tell me that you have to go back and watch all 3 episodes.
I didn't say that.
Don't know what's going on. No. If you don't know
didn't do your homework,
then you need to do your homework. But if you already know, for example, I'm not getting caught up on, I don't know, the particulars of where is Claire from the nurse Claire.
That's
Daredevil.
That's a summary. That's a summary. Not
you don't need
watching every episode.
You have 3 seasons. You have multiple. YouTube exists. I don't really know. Articles exist. Aggregators exist. There's so much out there.
This is why your coworkers don't like you, sir.
All right,
let's go. Pete, run my segment. Let's get into Under the Radar. I understand why your coworkers don't like you. I get it.
You talking to my coworkers?
Your coworkers watch you to work remote. I get it. They watch you to be a remote librarian. I understand.
Do we want to do your segment or do you want to do mine first?
Mine linked to the last 2 things. I'd like to get it done, and that way I can let you talk to Corbin about not knowing anything about
I made my segment the whole point of the goddamn show, and you want to wait.
Well, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do your section.
It's already
have Corbin go, oh, what is this?
Let's just do.
After that segment rotted my brain, I just want to get through this. All right, first appearances this week in Under the Radar. Hey, we got this thing. We're not going to go over all of them and break down everything. Apparently, Absolute Geek has something. You're more than welcome to do that. But what we'll talk about is Young Adventures. And the only reason I'm actually even talking about that is because of Dupe. That's it. I like him. I will tell you something about that character that's funny. He's funny. If you've never read him before, he kind of just mumbles in an alien language, does dumb, cool shit. Like I can't remember what he was like, but there's definitely characters you've seen before.
He's Dupe.
Yeah. I mean, he just is. It's just pretty funny. He's kind of like R2-D2. Yeah, R2-D2. Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, so we're going to cover these real quickly. A lot of people love this book because it is the first appearance of the Young Avengers, but I might add that it only has 2 of the so-called Young Avengers that we see in the book as the first appearances. One is Kate Bischoff. We'll go back to the picture real quickly. I didn't think I explained. Here we go. Kate Bischoff there in the red. Then you get a Stinger.
Not Eric Bischoff. It's just Kate Bischoff.
Oh, Kate Bischoff. Yeah. Then you get Speed. and you get Wicked.
Yeah, I said it weird.
Did I say Eric Bischoff?
Yes.
It sounds the way you're pronouncing Bishop. You're pronouncing like Bischoff.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Kate Bishop, anyways. As you know, Hawkman's daughter. And then you got the Asgardian.
Who knew that? Whoa.
Kate Bischoff is Hawkman's daughter?
Oh.
What is happening right now?
I'm literally trying to get the conversation we just had on my head because it was so
Coke and hooker.
See,
I need some. I need some after that Daredevil review.
You should have just let me do the whatnot stuff.
I should have. I just want to get this done at this point. Our Asgardian was Billy turned into Wiccan, just so that you guys, if you knew, but you get 2 characters either way. Here we go. Raws are 75 as a high, averaging $33. We're 9.8 or 198. So for
in here, like Elijah, wasn't he in here too? No.
Next up, Speed, as you saw in the picture that we already showed you, because those are the only 4 people we're covering. We're seeing Speed here, which happened to be in that supposed team of the draw up work. Young Avengers number 10, where you get a little bit of Kate doing her Kate pose on the front, and you got a little. Let's just get into it. Here we go. Raw averages $12. 9/8 are $59. Next up, I decided to go all the way back so that we can get still only 35 cents. The Astonishing Ant-Man. Why are we doing this? Because see this little girl here? This is the first appearance of Cassie Lang. Also, first appearance of Scott Lang as Ant-Man. And we get Cross Industries, and that you guys probably know who that is. If it sounds familiar, that was the dude with the bald head in the Ant-Man movie.
MODOK.
Yes, that eventually
the MCU.
Not where I was going to go with it, but yes, eventually became MODOK. Very good. Okay, there we go. Marvel premiere number 47,
9.6 is actually a pretty solid book because thinking about how great of a book this is, you could either have this one, Great Key, or you could have Young Avengers 1. I don't know. Sells for about the same price, $237 on average, but that's for a 9.6, not a 9.8, because a 9.8 hasn't sold this quarter because it's so hard to get there. But I would say it's probably around $700 for that book. And raw averaging, now just tells you the condition, $75. Not 9.6, just probably more closer to the 8.590 area in the raw books that have been selling. Although there's, every quarter there's probably about 10 to 12 books of this that sells in that like 8.5 to 9 area. That's kind of the sweet spot as far as if you want the book, good price for good condition. However, if you're willing to wait, you can definitely get something a little higher. However, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. Okay. Finally, not finally, because we got a couple more after this.
Going backwards.
Young Adventures. Now, what we have to do is we saw Lang, but we didn't see her as any of her characters. She did show up as stature, which I think is what they were using in the form that we saw in there, and we get Wiccan as Wiccan, not as Asgardian for the first time in Young Adventures number 6. Raw averaging $6. If you list it as first Lang's appearance as stature, you can get $21. If you don't, on average, if you don't, you can get it for $6. Isn't that interesting? It's interesting, right? Another one of those where if you list it a different way, you get 3 times the price for some reason.
What's your stature in a different book, though?
She's something else in a different book. Don't worry, Pete. Just because you spoil it doesn't mean we're not going to get to it. 9.8s are $65 on average. Okay.
What exactly did I spoil?
Here we go. She's also Stinger. Hey, Stinger, how you doing? She got the "How do you doing" pose there. You get to see her in the Astonishing Ant-Man Volume 1, number 6. Speaking of that, there's a very interesting cover around 10. That's the Psylocke cover, is it not? I think it is. There's a Psylocke cover around 10 you might want to look for in this series. But here we go, Astonishing X-Men number 6.
That's like a sticker cover, though. You're talking about like the X-Men.
Yes.
The one with all the arrows stuck in her.
Wasn't it Frizen? Yes.
Yeah. It's like the B covers, Death of the X-Men or something.
Yeah, B covers number 10. Yep. Anyways, this book, however, sells, believe it or not, for $10 on average, which I guess that's kind of cool. So if you want her appearances, there you go. You get a bunch of different appearances. Now, her first appearance for Katie, since we were talking about other appearances for different people, we get Speed, which happens to be Tommy, which, as we know, is the other brother of Wicked and also the child of Scarlet Witch and Vision. His first appearance as Speed and Katie's first appearance as Hawkeye turns out to be in Avengers number 12. This whole Young Avengers series turns out to have a lot of different kind of quirky books in it. Raw average $10. 9.6 is going for $38. I don't understand how you have got I don't understand how you've got a book of this non-significance that's averaging $10 and 9.6s are selling for $38, but to each their own. Finally, the book that I really want to talk about because it's the only one I like, Yo Go-Go Girl. For those that don't know, Yo Go-Go Girl, whenever she falls asleep, transplants. At one point, she becomes pregnant at $15.
What are you calling her?
Yo Go-Go Girl.
You Go Girl.
It's You Go Girl.
Yeah. It's not though, because she
like
goes
yogurt.
out because she goes out and gets pregnant at the age of 15 and then falls asleep and ends up in Hollywood.
Yogurt Girl.
We also get Coach the Arm's first appearance in this one. Not great. We do get Dupe though, probably the best first appearance in here. I know people at one time were buying this book for Zeitgeist, little Alex, who's the guy that just pukes up acid all the time. A lot of people die in this book, as you can see. First appearance in dying of Lanute.
Was it? It was Pennywise. Skarsgård, I think, played him in the Deadpool 2.
Yeah, maybe. Plasma also dies in this one, as Pete had mentioned already. There was also Sulk, who was off screen. Doesn't really matter. This is a double first appearance that gives you a little bit of love, but Duke by far is the best. I'm actually surprised this character has lasted as long as his. Not only is his first appearance as Duke, there's also a first appearance as Duke as a plushie. So you kind of get a 3-for-1 in this book. This is X-Force 116. As me and Pete already mentioned, there is for the newsstand parental advisory. You can see it by the green sticker. The reason why I'm telling you this and making out a deal about this between the newsstand and direct is because 2 different prices for sure. Raw averaging for
the direct.
I messed it up. Raw averaging for the direct should be about $15, where their 9/8 are going for on average $135. Where the newsstand version that's got the parental advisory goes for about $35 on average for a raw 9/8 going for $298. Believe it or not, multiple sales in that range of like $289-ish to $299. All right, finally, where are you, Corbin? Don Didiot. Here you go. This is the Catman that he wants to see, but we're going to give you the Catman that you get to see in Detective Volume 1, 311 from 1963.
Driving his cat car.
Driving the cat? Well, that's not the cat car. That's the mechanical cat.
No, inside he's driving the cat car.
Oh, inside the book, yeah, he's driving a cat car. Raws, high grade raws going for about 420. By high grades, we mean just the high grade they have it was probably V/very fine. Average sale though, tons of sales around the 115 post. Very affordable book in that mid grade, like very affordable book in the mid grade. Lots in there from 110 to probably about 121. All looking very clean. If you really want to get this book, I think this is one where you can spend a couple of cheddar dollars on a detective comic, get a solid comic, and hold on to it for a while and not worry about loss of value. That's all we've got. I got through that. Thank God. I don't even think I took a breath going through them all. Pete, you can now get into your whatnot nonsense so we can cover it. Was that like a minute 30? I think I got through all that in like a minute 30.
I don't know. We did it pretty quickly. Quickly.
Thank you very much. No errors either. Everything was perfectly done, I might add. Didn't screw up a single name or...
Yep, Eric Bischoff, our first appearance there. And sure.
Good to see Eric Bischoff had a daughter.
All right. So, this is what I want to do with the back.
Did you name it Bobby?
All right, so we want to get into the Whatnot comic packs. As you guys may or may not know, I mean, I talked about it last week. I did a show leading up to it. We opened a pack on TAC just last Wednesday.
We did.
To show you guys what was inside. And this past Friday, I did a Whatnot show amongst a plethora of other dealers and Whatnot sellers doing those Hulk packs. Sold some, gave some away, gave away a bunch of stuff. Point being, question people were asking leading up to it was, are they worth it? Which was kind of an impossible question to answer.
Yeah.
One, because I had never taken part in the event with the pack opening. Like they done it twice before. This is the third time going. The first time was X-Men 97, about a year ago. And then, or thereabouts, or maybe a little less. Then in the fall, they did the Marvel at New York Comic Con, the 24. So they had books like from 2024, like Doom 1 and Ultimate Spider-Man, etc. They did packs for those. Didn't take part in either of those. Nice. We know some books sold for kind of crazy amounts at one time. And then people were asking questions, are these things worth it? Because people do, even now, still sell unopened packs. Because not all the packs are opened. But we're going to go through the books that you can get in here. Because basically, inside these packs, you have 5 different books that you can get. You can get a Hulk 1 from 2008, first Red Hulk. You can get a Sam Wilson 3, which is first Joaquin Torres. You can get a Sam Wilson 6, which is Joaquin Torres as Falcon. You can get a Hulk 22, which is same part of that Hulk run, but General Ross is revealed to be the Red Hulk. And then you can get a Cap 25 from 2012, which is Sam Wilson as Captain America. Those are the 5 books, and they have 5 different versions. Just as a quick recap here. Trade dress, 1,300 copies.
Thank you for that.
Of each book. Each book has 1,300 spread across these packs, because these packs have 3 comics in them. You open them randomly. Virgins have 1,200 copies of each book. Silver foils, 600. Prism foils, 400. Gold foils, 300. Then there's signed gold foils.
Wait, hold on. Let me get the chart out real quickly.
You don't need a chart, because I'm going to show you for each book. And our first book that I'm going to show you is that Hulk 22. I'm showing you the trade dress version. So it looks just like the original. It looks almost like a facsimile of the trade dress of Hulk 22. Ed McGuinness cover. Yeah, it's kind of fun. We find out that General Ross is the Red Hulk. Now, These things just were released, or whatever we want to call it, on Friday. So less than a week later, I went on eBay, because that's the only marketplace that has a history. We can't go on Whatnot. I can't tell you historical Whatnot sales, because there isn't a history that you can go and search out. That's something that we just don't have access to. But I can tell you this particular book, no trades or virgins sold of this one, but you can see the prices for silver, prism, and golds, which is weird because gold is the hardest to find, but yet it's not the most appealing look. The prism is probably the shiniest, prettiest looking cover, shiny. So people actually pay more for that copy. And granted, some of these may only have like one sale that contributed to these averages, these prices. Like, there's not a ton of volume here. I don't want to pretend like there is a ton of volume here, because there really isn't. These things are still being sold sealed. These things are still being sold still now on Whatnot. And when you see these prices, you go, well, is it worth it? We can kind of give like a finalized, I can give like a finalized recap later on when we're done covering all the books. But I will tell you this, as being one of the people who did sell some of these packs, the packs that I sold generally on average sold maybe around like 90, 95 bucks. Total average. Like some sold as little as like 80 bucks. The highest sold for like over 100 something for an unopened pack of 3 comics. So think about that. You're getting 3 of these books inside a pack for $80 to $100 plus. Let's say 120. That said, the larger Whatnot sellers, the bigger names, the Comic Toms, the Davis Riders, whatever, the bigger names, they were getting closer to 150 to like 180 for their packs, because they had, there were more people bidding up. But if you went into the smaller rooms, you could get those same packs for a little bit cheaper. So that you have to factor into your question of, is it worth it when you look at the sale prices here? We will continue on before I make that final call. Here's the next book. This is Captain America 6, first Joaquin Torres as Falcon inside this book. This is the Virgin look. This is an example of a Virgin copy. No trade dress, nothing. Straight up Virgin cover. This book, not a ton of sales. The silver on this one, $60. The gold, only 83. Little weaker. Well, you can also tell the cover itself is not as impressive. They really should have went with the second print, I think, for 5 that had Joaquin Torres in the gear. That would have been a better cover, because they could have chosen, I think, what they wanted. But that said, moving on. Issue 3. This is a silver foil example. I tried to get the best cover I could, but it is shiny. It is very bright. It is very shiny. The silver foil fills in the white space. It looks pretty. But not a lot of sales on this book either. On eBay, mind you. That's the only place I can get history. So the Virgin sold for only $13. The gold for 70. So you can see where favoritism of some of these covers and some of these books might come into play, where some covers are more desired than others. Moving on. Captain America 25. This is the Prism foil. This is limited to 400, but it is generally the kind of prettiest looking cover because it's got a rainbow kind of gloss to it. They look pretty sharp. I will admit it. I opened a few packs, got a few of these. They look pretty nice. But, oh shit, why do I only have...
Whoa!
What? I said shit. Let's say that on Supernatural before it went off of air. We're not getting demonetized for me saying the S word.
No, it's Lent, dude.
It's not for me. Even though I didn't eat meat today. I will say that. I did have...
You sure about that?
I didn't. I had fish. Does that count? Thought I could do fish.
You can do whatever you want, man.
Point being, but on eBay, still, nobody was really purchasing this book. There's copies listed. I didn't want to show you the listed for sale because some of the prices are pretty high. But what actually sold so far, I only found the silver for this book that sold for $43. And again, I know what you're looking at. You're going to like, why the hell would I pay $80 for this pack if I'm going to find a book that I can't even sell? Again, it's kind of a crapshoot. It's a scratch off. You're hoping to get not only the higher value covers, but also the more desired covers, which by and large, this was the book most people gravitated towards. The Hulk one was kind of the belle of the ball.
Oh, yeah, for sure,
if you will. So this is the gold foil version of this cover. And even though for some of the others, gold was not the top price getter, even though it's the hardest to find, the most limited, These are the prices on the Hulk book, which had more and more sales because more people were selling it. And it's also the book I decided to keep for myself because I kept a virgin because I liked it. I thought it was cool looking, so I kept one for myself. Trades are 30. Virgins are 70. Silver foils 100. Prisms 150. Golds on the Hulk $300. Multiple sales on this, by the way. So, are they worth it? It kind of depends on what you paid for your pack and what you might have gotten in your pack. Because yes, there are a lot of books.
Wait, what does this book go? Hold on. What does this book go for? Raw, like the actual book. It doesn't
like
go
the original. Yeah. These days about 50 to 60, I would say.
People just like to snort. I mean, I'm not one person to tell people what to do with their money, but it sounds like if you just do some cocaine, it would be a better time than buying this book for $300.
Well, yeah. Well, this is also what people love. This is why they buy store exclusives. It's the limited nature of the thing. It's the fact that they only know 300 of these, where that original book that you brought up, yeah, there's thousands because Red Hulk was the thing they were pushing. It was a popular thing when it came out. There are no shortage of copies out there. But that said, it kind of depends on what you paid for your pack. If you paid $180, you may have a tough time recouping your investment if you didn't get a hit. Because it's kind of like a scratch off. I mean, but that's also what the card market kind of is these days. Everybody wants parallels. They want those hits. Everything's about hits. And you'll hear words like banger, which again, we started off the show with banger. I don't like that word. It's just, I don't know. It is what it is. But overall, are these packs worth it? I will admit, it was fun opening them. But thankfully, I was opening them up for other people who bought them. I kept one book because I liked it.
What book
did you keep? I kept the Virgin Hulk because this one I opened up in one of the preview packs. And you know what? I'm keeping it. I like it. It's not because it's worth. I mean, so it's selling for 70. Sure, I can go and try to get $70 for it, but I just kind of liked it, so I decided to keep it. But it really depends on what you paid and what you got in your pack. Unopened packs still are a little over 100, I think, even on eBay these days. But I still think Whatnot sellers might still have them. This is a product that easily can prey on your FOMO, and it could prey on the gambling nature in many of us. So be careful. I will say that. Be careful. Be comfortable in what you pay, and just know what you're going to get.
I think that is a part of it. Do you think people just will pay extra because they like the thrill of gambling? Like they don't care what the value of this is going to be in like 2 weeks. They don't care that the value. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if that's your entertainment, like I said, I mean, I was joking, but it's better than doing coke and hookers. I mean, it's better for you.
No, absolutely. A lot of it is. It's that rush. Rush of seeing what you get. Because if you go back, I mean, we can price out the X-Men 97 packs, which they're not that expensive by comparison. Those New York Comic Con ones got really pricey there for a while, where the unopened packs were like $300 for a while because they had like red foils and they were like super limited. People sold some of the hits that they got, and these were verified sales. They were like over $1,000. Like people paid big money for some of the books that were random inserts in these books. It's a different animal. This is not your regular LCS copy. So
I mean, they're obviously not picking up a book and reading it either. Like I get it.
No, and that's mostly.
But like that's it. Like I always feel sad when I'm in the gas station line and I see somebody buying lottery tickets, and I'm like, bro, like you don't need to be that's not what you need to be doing. But like, if this is just entertainment and you're gonna spend it on something, but then, usually it's the same people that are buying Winston, like, unfiltered, and you probably shouldn't be doing the Winston unfiltered. I'd rather have you buying lotto tickets. But if like you're doing this and it's the thrill of opening stuff. I mean, I get it. I was just in a card shop today. We're gonna have on the dark side. We're gonna have they're having this new card series, this light series thing come out, and it's like 200. I think I paid $230 for a pack. We're gonna open it on dark side, and like they opened up one package here because they're allowed to open it up early for singles, And holy heck, man, the excitement people got out of actually seeing the cards. Like, and I was just, they're like, yeah, these, I'm like, well, it's not my thing. But like the emotion, like for $20 or $25 a pack, if I guess, yeah, if that's what you want to do. Like he said, this is the Vegas for whatnot. Yeah, all right, cool, man.
Well, I wouldn't say Vegas, but it is definitely a market. Again, I've been on there, I've sold on there, but it is a marketplace for those talkers, for those sellers. Like a good salesman could sell a lot of people on a lot of things.
JJ, you're from Indiana. Those people are not spending $1 on a ticket. They're going up there. I watch these people. They go up there and spend not even $20. It's like they get this many tickets. It's this many tickets, and they do the dailies twice a day. They're giving them $100, bro. Like they are, man. They are. So I mean, nobody buys that's great. Yeah, dollar scratch.
And again, it was an interesting experiment.
Maybe I should say pull tabs. Same thing. I don't even understand pull tabs. What?
What are you talking about? Pull tabs?
There's these things you can put money into it, and it gives you this like square card. And I don't know what the people do, but I don't know how it's just a gambling thing. Like you open it up.
I will say for these, at least these comic trading packs that we got, 3 comics inside. I think I auctioned off 9 of them, and 4 went to one seller, one buyer.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I had one buyer buy 4 of these.
Yeah, sure.
A couple other guys bought one. Bruce bought one.
Bruce.
I don't remember, but a lot of people. 2 I sold unopened. Like they didn't want to open. They didn't want to know, so they get to open them at home. So who knows what they got?
Hopefully they got something good.
Venoms might have got one.
4 Deadly Venoms.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Shout out.
Yeah. I think I sent him a couple extra books too. Just
cool, man. He's actually he did the toy thing that we do on Star Wars. Hey,
I know. I gauge what people liked. And threw some extra books in here and there. But the point overall being, with me doing the whatnot thing, I'm just trying to get clear books. I'm not
nice
about hawking and try to talk people up into spending.
Well, it sounds like it went well and people were happy with what they got. So
they got what they got.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm just saying. I think there's like different versions of like, I mean, I know somebody said like, one of those. I know Terry Floyd said this, which does suck. But I think sometimes like. And yeah, I guess that's sucky too, but like there's always a lane you can get in to find something. Yeah.
No, I got some of the gold foils, like the Hulk, the gold. I think one of those went to one of the people we have. They can get $300 for it. They get it back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you got
it is what it is. It's not your normal market.
Pete, I didn't watch your whatnot, but I know you and you will tell people what it is. And if that's the part that I always. But you could ask Dub, I'm very frugal. So like, how I buy stuff, it's either I like it personally and I'm not going to pay a lot of money for it because I'm not paying what the value is, or I'm buying it cheap to resell it. And like, I know what the value of it is, where these, it's like I said, I think you need to look into what a pull tab is, but this seems like the entertainment is like a pull tab value.
And that's the other thing. I mean, again, different people do things for different reasons. They whatever. I did this with the all intentions, like everything that I had put on my whatnot to sell, everything started at $1. Why? Because I was comfortable selling everything I put out there for $1. If it went for $1, nobody else bid, so be it. I'll give it to you for $1. You know what I mean? Like, no harm, no foul. I'm not gonna go and yell at people like, "Where's your money?" Like some of them will yell at you for being cheap. Like if you don't spend money.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you got all types of problems.
Some people have rage quit on those shows and be like, they go and cut streams off, just run away.
What?
Yeah. It's
adults?
A weird marketplace. It's a different
Come
animal.
on, Marco, you frequent comic shows. You know what these people are like.
Yeah, it's a different animal.
I mean, some of the people are weird. Yeah. No, dude. I'll tell you the weird thing is like, and I'll tell you this, but this is where I'm kind of turning the corner on whatnot. There's a guy who buys books, but he literally will come up, and I think it's all on the up and up. He'll be like, "What book are you looking for?" And then we'll dig through the thing, and he'll go like, "Here," and they'll show it to him. He goes, "Is this whatever?" And I was like, "You don't want to talk condition? You don't want to like?" He goes, "No. Do you know anything about this book?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, it's so and so's first appearance." Or like, "Yeah, no, it's just a great read because whatever." He goes, "It's a great read because whatever." He won't even negotiate the prices.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how this dude's making money off the stuff. But then he sells it. I don't know if he upcharges it $10 or whatever. I mean, that's not my business, but like, it's what people are asking for, so they should know what they're buying, I guess. So, I mean, to hear that people are like throwing temper tantrums. I mean, yes, there are people everywhere that throw temper tantrums like little babies, but why would somebody put up with a stream where somebody's throwing a temper tantrum?
Because they want to get deals, and you can get deals on there.
No,
that's the other thing. Like most of the things I did sell were way below what the market. Like if I would have left them on eBay, like they're way below eBay prices. But like I said, personally, it didn't matter to me. Like I just.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I would expect. I expect this to be like the flea market, right?
And even these packs, because I don't know if it's clear to everyone out there, but like the packs that I got, I didn't buy them. They were given to me to sell and to go and distribute. So I didn't buy these, and I'm not losing like money. Like I throw them out there, and the market decided what they wanted to pay for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. All right, cool.
It is what it is.
Oh, really? Comic Tom?
It's definitely. I'm gonna go back.
The guy with the glasses yells at people to buy stuff or else. Huh?
I doubt that's true.
I'm about to say times must be tough if that's the case, because that's not as
now. I watched because I was doing research before I did mine. I was doing research and I was watching like some of his streams and stuff. Like a lot of them also have a lot of things that they can sell like in bulk.
Yeah,
they got like exclusives of their own.
Yeah.
Like he's got his mystery pack. To Tom, that we're talking about, he has this mystery pack, so he has exclusives and things available for like
pure garbage
in bulk. So he can be like, I'm going to throw a bunch of these books up for. Buy it now prices based.
Sure.
Like you can do, because you can do that too. Be like, oh, they're $15 a piece. They're normally $20, but I'll sell them for $15 right now if you want them. And that's how they would do things. I don't have that kind of stock. I just have stuff that I've gone and dug through boxes and bought myself, and that's what I have here. So I don't have multiple copies of a lot of stuff. So it's just more of a one of one.
Fair.
I found this right now. Do you want this?
Yeah, fair enough.
So we'll see. Again, I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, we'll go check it in like 3 months to see where we're at with it. And I don't know. It sounded like I heard great reviews coming back on how you did it. So congratulations. I might actually just ship you a box. You can just do whatever.
Oh, dope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I just did it. Because it is a different experience, like selling on it, because it's all live. Like you guys know me by now. Like I like comics, so I don't mind talking comic books. I'll chat up anybody if they want to talk. Sure. Because my wife don't want to talk comic books with me.
Yeah.
God bless her. Like she lets me do this so I can talk about my hobbies.
Fair.
And I will say this. She didn't ask me about Bullseye's.
Oh yeah, because hey, because I'll tell you this, because as you just stated, she don't want to hear it from you. She doesn't want to hear from you. She was sitting there going like, "Oh shoot, I don't want to ask a question because then I'm gonna have to talk to him."
She said, "Is that?" And I saw the gloves. Like that's all I saw was his little gloves, and I was like, "That's Bullseye." She goes,
"Yeah."
We're going back to this again. Okay, good.
No, we're not. We're not.
We're all done. That's
that was good. I'm glad it went well for you. I'm glad it went well. I'm glad
good old tongue in cheek.
It did. Not like I said, I'll do it again. It's a fun place. It's just it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of things. Like certain people they're good salesmen. Like they can get you riled up. They can get you into it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, if that's what you like, though.
It is what it is.
Buddies, though.
What are you reading?
The Terry's thing. I agree with that, Terry Floyd. I agree with that. But people know that these things aren't.
Well, and here's the thing, Terry. Like this is going to be our problem. Digging in our long boxes, 5-10 years from now, we're not going to know a lot of what in the hell are we looking at? Because not only are there exclusives galore for a lot of books.
Well, I mean, they've always had facsimiles and second.
Well, I'm saying apart from that, think of just all the regular open order variants. Like it's going to be hard to know like what you're looking at for some of these books because like shit, is this the same series? And then you factor in different volumes of restarts. Like, it'd be hard to figure out what Spider-Man book you're holding for a while there. Like, is this the new number one? Is this the 2015 series or the one that started in 2018? Or I'm sorry, is this the one that started in 21 or the one that started in 2025? Because I don't know, because they just decide to go to about 60 issues and then start over renumbering. And I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. It's gonna be tough. That's all.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's always been like that. So
it used to be one book. Your Detective Comics that you're talking about, your 311. There's one 311.
You're talking about 1963.
I know, but all I'm saying is
back when comics were good.
All right, ASM 300. We didn't have to worry about incentives for ASM 300. We didn't have to worry about B covers, other options for it. There's ASM 300.
There's
people
1 million of those
try
books
to
too.
force in like, well, we got newsstands. We got Mark Jewelers.
Hold on now. There was like a lot more printed books of that. What are we talking about here?
No,
and hold on. That's been homaged.
You
and
keep
also,
saying, hold on. I'm trying to answer your question.
well, I'm not finished asking. And also, you're telling me they never reprinted the books that you're talking about, which is also I brought up. But
it's easy to find a reprint. If you know what you're looking at, you can tell what a reprint is.
Right. That's the key. If you know what you're looking at. Yeah, I agree.
But what I'm telling you is you're not, even if you know what you're looking at, you're not going to remember all 15 covers that they had for this last issue of Amazing Spider-Man 1. You're not going to remember all 15 covers.
Oh, I agree.
That's what I'm talking about.
I thought you were talking about like the foiled version of like Hulk, the Red Hulk cover, something like that.
Yeah, but it all will blend in.
But there's only like one or two that's always why there's one or two that end up creaming the crop. Pause. There's always one or two that ends up getting, are the books that people desire in out of the 15. Even when there was 5 or 4 or like, 3. Whatever.
Well,
this is now. But now, we're looking at something here now, Pete. That at this point, how the comic book industry has been going, this isn't new. They've been doing this for the last 20 years almost. It isn't new anymore. A couple of years ago, I would agree with you. Not even a couple. Like, yeah,
well, I wouldn't say 20.
Well, I said almost. So, like, okay, let's 15.
I'm just going. Like, you go back to like 2015, 2016 is when I would say incentives started to really take hold of.
Well, maybe, but
it went beyond that after a point. Like, we got beyond just incentives, where it's like we had an A cover and an incentive. Then it got to the point where we got A covers, B covers, and action figures.
No, you had B covers before that. Then
I know. But it was,
and honestly, when you think about it, like even in like the 08s, 9s, all of a sudden you start having 1 in 100s, and then like, but that was with 2 covers. I get that, but the 1 in 100 was just a black and white version of it. I get the whole progression of comics. So like, I think because it was a slow progression, maybe it doesn't seem that bad. But I will also agree with you too. Like, 15 covers is going to be like Dynamite's a perfect example. Does anybody care? Does anybody care?
Dynamite.
But what I'm saying is like, Pete, what I'm saying is like, I don't think people are going to care because they're going to be like, okay, I know this cover is the cover. That's the cover. You know what I mean? Like it always comes down to which cover is the one you want, I guess. Because it's very interesting. And this is something that I was kind of pointing out when we were digging through that box and we got some good books in there.
It's not about which one that you want because again, you have to know what you're looking at.
I'm going to actually kind of
harder to know.
Yeah.
It may not be the one that you want. But you brought up Dynamite, for example, because I used to dig at a shop. But unfortunately, they're no longer in business. They closed over the last year or so, but they used to have a ton of like Dynamite books, and they would have things like those Vampirilla Virgins and some of the black and whites, and they're like 1 in 20s, 1 in 30s. I didn't know what they were. I just knew that they were one of those things. And when they went on big sales and discounts, I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy a 1 in 20 or 1 in 30 for $2 because that's the kind of sale that he's doing.
But and I agree. But I think,
but you don't know until you bring it home and you research
right.
it. Or
and I think
you're going to be that guy looking on his phone, trying to figure that shit out while you're digging in a box.
But I think that's like I showed Power 1 last week. I think this is a perfect example of something that's always been part of the digging and redo. And like, even with that, the incentive covers have been around for 20 years or close enough that like you just sometimes you're like, I think this is something and you take it home. And I do think that's some of the fun part of digging, right? Like I know what you're saying. I understand. I'm not disagreeing.
And then that is also because
but it's been a while that we've been doing this now, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, I know. Because I go back to again a few years ago,
Yeah,
I'd say when I started doing YouTube and stuff, and
sure.
Like finding like the DC 1 in 10s, which I'm sure Corbin could get in. Like just finding those 1 in 10s and whatever 1 in 25s. That's all they had. They had one cover. They had the incentive, and then you find it, and if you knew what you were looking for, whether you knew what the cover was or not, if you could read that barcode and you knew that it ends in this is.
Same thing with the second print or whatever. Yeah.
This is the B cover, or this is the incentive. I'm gonna put this aside. Like,
but I mean, like also too, like IDW and the RI thing, right? Like people didn't realize RIs are 1 in 10s, and like then you had the. I mean, it's been 10 years now and everything like that. Yeah, I agree, but I think the markets will adapt to that too.
Yeah, but my point is these days, and you brought up Dynamite, like Jesus Christ, they're literally go through the entire alphabet plus.
Well, I understand that, but I don't think. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't think in the long term those are going to amount to shit.
Well, doesn't, but it still don't know. But my only point is, it's just you don't know. You'll have no idea what you're looking at. There's no way to know what you're looking at because there's just so much and there's so many options.
Yeah,
that's all. Agreed. That's all I'm getting.
Agreed, but I think most people go through a long box right now, and if it's not labeled, they probably don't know what the shit they're looking at either.
Yeah,
Dub, would you agree with that?
I totally agree with that.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you have to label.
All right, fair.
Well, ask me. I'm just kidding.
Well, I know you don't know what the fuck you're looking
at. Well, Corbin has a way around that, though. He just takes books out of somebody else's stack.
He just takes their books, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Marco, look at all these sweet books I found. Yeah, you might want to talk to the guy whose books you're pulling out.
They are.
I would do that. That's brilliant.
Damn, I thought I had the magic touch that day, too. I was like, dang, everything I touch is gold over here.
He's like, I found a half-filled. As the guy's putting books in there, he's like, oh, shit, man.
I'm getting all the right answers on the test. All I got to do is look at this guy's piece of paper.
What does he say his name is on this, Dub? What does he say his name is? You know who it is.
Darnell Blanton?
Darnell Blanton, yeah. Darnell Blanton just, dude, the first thing Darnell did is like, your boy. I was like, my boy, what? He's like, you wouldn't believe what he just did. I was like, what did he just do? He's like, well, he just went digging through my box. I go, oh, well.
Yeah.
Never heard that happen in all the years I've known Darnell.
Shout out to Darnell, my bad.
Shout out to Darnell.
I think we've gone on long enough. I think it's time
for sure.
To wrap up.
I haven't eaten all day. I'm hungry as hell. All right, let's go.
That's right.
Zaggy, knock it off.
We'll let Dub. You can take us out of here.
Tomorrow night, dollar bin digging.
I'll have
probably around somewhere around 8:30 ish, somewhere.
Oh, that's right. I like to do it before the wrestling show now, because the wrestling show on Absolute Geek will be at 9.
9 o'clock on the Absolute Geek. It's Off the Mat. It's called. I don't think we have the latest thumbnail. Although I did see the thumbnail in progress.
Yes.
But hey, we can. This is the show on the Absolute Geek channel, and then Friday, Hot 10, 9 o'clock. The latest greatest What's Selling. Yeah, every single week. Don't miss a week. Right after that, you see the boys on the Qualified. Check out Joe, Sticks, Brucifer, Dom, Jedi. They will be there, and they will talk their usual. I don't even know, ridiculousness.
they got some interesting.
It's awesome stuff. Yeah, it's like it's good stuff. Like Joe does the Now and Later, and he's usually calling some of these books that come out.
That is true.
Months before, he knows he's got his pulse. He's got his finger on the pulse, and he knows it's coming out.
That is true. Some of these books that are getting hot out of the gate, Joe.
He knows.
Joe's on point. I think this week they're doing books you can get under $100, like something along that line. Like these are books you can get.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Raw
there
books
you go.
under
Raw books
100.
under $100. There you go. That's
nice.
I bet you there's a lot of DCs in that list.
No. I've seen some of the things they were talking about in their chat. There's a lot of things you can get these days under $100.
Yeah.
They're kind of interesting.
And then Saturday SNS with the boys, that starts at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Although, the time change isn't happening until after their show.
Until that night after
that
they're
night.
done.
So still 9
this
o'clock.
weekend. The
Eastern
time changes
No,
this weekend.
It is
It's
Sunday.
8 o'clock, yeah.
8 o'clock Eastern time,
Beehive.
but it
8
will
Eastern
soon
time.
be 9
Gotcha.
again.
So 8 o'clock Eastern time for one more week. Sunday, Tales from the Dark Side. I really think instead of calling it Tales from the Dark Side, you guys should change the title of that show, and it should be known from now on as One World Under Dom. And then you guys can have the Dom and Wayseeker discussions. Is Wayseeker
Those
on
guys are
suspension
idiots,
still?
huh?
Is Wayseeker
He
back
got
from
suspended
suspension?
again because I told him not to trigger
no.
Dom. He promised that he didn't trigger him, but oh my god, dude!
I want to hear what you guys think of that new Jedi book that came out.
Yeah, cool. We will. Not only that, we'll also, like I said, we've got we haven't done it in a while. We got a pack opening. We'll open there. We got like I said, the Jump to Lightspeed from Star Wars Unlimited. They came out with a premium set. I've already opened one pack, not me, but we did it at the store today. The cards are beautiful. I guess that's what people are saying. That's what they said there. There's a lot oohs and ahs. We will have a pack. I will tell you, out of the box that I had, there's supposed to be at least one showcase per 2 packs on average. I've bought at least one. I might buy a second one. They are pricey though. They're $250, I think, a thing, and I think it come with like 8 packs or something like that in it. So
hobby boxes or something.
No, it's not maybe, but it's not like the size of a hobby box. I don't know what a hobby box is, but
I just say that because some of them are only available through.
Well, they're limited. I think it's only 900 total boxes they have done. So it's not a lot. And there's a serials number. I don't know what that is, but everybody's making a big deal out of it. So we'll cover it for you. We'll find out together. And then I'll just, do what I do. Hopefully I get lucky. So
that's on Sunday night, starting at 9 o'clock right here on the Rennavision channel. And then Monday. So I know I've talked about this before, but the Wednesday watch list that he puts out on Mondays. I watched it. Usually I watch it late. I don't watch it on Monday, which I should do. I watched it this last week on Monday. I called my comic shop and asked them to add books into my box because of things that I saw on that show.
You wanted the Butt Scratcher book? Is that what you wanted?
The Moon Knight cover. The Moon Knight. Wait, the Butt Scratcher.
The Moon Knight covers all the Gonzo.
That Moon Knight cover I asked them to put in there. The Batgirl, the Flowers cover, and then I didn't even know that the Ghost Band had a book. So the Ghost Band has. I don't know anything about the Ghost Band, but my buddy, his little niece, loves that band. So I'm gonna surprise her when she comes to the show next time around, the Comic-Con, and I'm gonna give her some Ghost books. She's gonna be so excited. So anyway, I was looking. I watched that show, so you helped my comic shop make some more money this week because of that show.
Awesome.
And that's a fantastic show. You guys really need to bookmark and watch that show on Monday nights. What time is that on Mondays, Pete?
I've been playing with the time here and there, but generally I'll have it out by 9 if I can, if not 10, 8. It can be kind of tricky sometimes getting that rundown. Gotcha. It really depends on my weekend. Sometimes you get a busy weekend.
So Monday night. That show will be on.
I'll have it out Monday night, so this way you at least have 2 days to check it out before you go to the shop.
Yeah, I was able to watch it on Tuesday, so that's when I watched. It was great. And then there's a couple other things. So Marco is going to be on Cliff on Comic Show. Is that this weekend or next weekend?
I think he's on next weekend, and I'm on this. I'm on this Saturday.
Oh, you're on. Okay, so this Saturday.
I'm on this Saturday. I gotta hook up. I gotta talk to Cliff. Like, what books do I gotta pull? I got an idea of what I want to show off or show.
Are you on Coffee and Comics?
Coffee, yeah. I'm gonna go for coffee, so I'm gonna be there in the morning.
So Coffee and Comics. Make sure you have 5 books with a theme. 1 book that's your book of the week, and I forget what the 7th book is, but you have to bring 7 books to prep. I heard him tell Marco like a whole bunch of times on Bruce's show. So I think that's 10 o'clock on Cliff on Comic Channel. He's linked in the description below. He's hilarious. It'll be fun to see.
He's got energy.
He's got a lot of energy, especially early in the morning. And then Marco should be on there the following week.
Yeah, he might be doing cocktail time. He might be doing a later show.
So we'll let you know next week when he's going to be on. But this Saturday, check Pete out on Cliff on Comic Show, the Coffee and Comics, right, at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
And then that's all I got. I think
I'll be around.
I think we're good.
I think we're through here.
Had some fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and we'll see you all next week. And yeah, we'll see when Corbin decides he wants to show up.
You know what? Yeah.
And maybe when Marco gets back, he'll give us a recap of what happened on this show.
Or what happened while he was gone. Yeah, I love it.
And go catch up on Daredevil now while you got a chance.
1 through 3, season 1 through 3.
You got a whole week.
You got a whole week plus 7 years.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out.
See you all later.